Welcome, folks, friends, enemies, ladies and gentlemen. This is another wonderful night here. Another Friday night of Street Fighter at Casa, one of my favorite places to be. And I'm so glad to be back again. This one, no bias. I just really love commentating with the guys. The staff is great. And I'm even more excited to commentate with Team Chris, my other Florida buddy here. How are we doing tonight?
What's up, Jocks? We are good. We are doing good. We are feeling good. How you doing? Keep it moving. Shout outs to the South Florida sports. You know, we work hard, we play hard. You know how it goes. And likewise, happy to be here in this stacked top 8. Got some nice names out there to fill your Friday night, and I'm feeling fine. How about you, Jocks?
I'm feeling good. I just made, I made homemade chicken parm and I ate a lot. And I tried not to eat a lot because I had to commentate. So I am satisfied.
The
But
chicken parm, huh? What'd you do with it? You got the
um,
marinara? You got the
I,
marinara
I
going on?
I made everything. I made my own sauce. I made my own pasta.
Oh,
But we're gonna
grown
see some.
man's marinara.
We're gonna see some. But speaking of fire here, we're gonna see some good fire action from Arturo Sanchez. I'm gonna expect we're gonna see some Mika versus Nelson.
Oh, you think
It's
you
tried and
think
true.
Flux is gonna bring the Mika? You think Flux is gonna get out the mic skills, gonna talk down that Dulzim?
I think so. Yes, and that's what we're gonna see here.
That's
So
what we're gonna see, folks.
that's what we're gonna see. And Flux has been playing out of all the characters he plays now. He's been playing Mika the longest, and why not? Still a very good character, and this has always been a tough matchup for Dawson.
Mm-hmm.
He plays Poison, but Arturo has
He plays
that
Poison and
experience.
Manat, and
Arturo has that really good experience from IDOM. So yes, I highly agree on the Mika pick here.
oh, absolutely, for sure. And also, both of them very well versed in the neutral. You could definitely pick up some things from the book of footsies from both of these folks. What a jump in from Flux. Gonna pull up, get that slide. That is safe. Gonna try to steal home there. Oops, you're in the corner, but the EX wingless airplane. Yeah, we serving those on these flights. Boom! And got the stun and done. Axe handle off the top ropes. Stay back, Nadesco. I got this for this one.
And it kind of sucked for Arturo because I think that was on the edge of it stunning, and so it was unfortunate for him. He just had a little too much stun.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it was just looking one directional there. Okay, got some drops there, but Flux still able to keep that drop kick pressure on point. Again, those frequent flyer miles with the EX wingless airplane, and look at those mic skills. Every time, Saban has wisely, responsibly called that out. Says, hey, you're past your allotted time. Thank you, Senator.
Oh, there we go, and this could be a bad series here for Arturo. Okay, that's gonna be it. There's a little bit of there was a bad sequence there because I think what happened was Arturo, NYC Furby actually wanted to do air teleport and ground teleport came out, so he had a lot of recovery frames there, but still was able to clutch it out here.
Yeah, exactly. Those juggles are on point and got the teleport pressure just in the right space. Look at that. And look at that pressure. Gonna backdash on in and then jump back with the dive kick. That jump back dive kick. Deceptive as ever.
That was a season 1 trial there for Nelson. Stand medium punch, yoga fire into the medium kick.
Oh, of course, It's exactly with all that tech. Like Dr. Dre, what do you think? He just sold it all?
Oh no! It looks like Flux is gonna start selling some stocks here, missing out on that throw.
Yeah, missing out on the throw, and the Nadesco's got to stay back and stand by. Yoga Flame in the mix.
Oh, and that
the standing medium.
And the air light kick, and that's a little bit of Dawson's V trigger too. We didn't see any of the fancy Dankadia setups. It just did its job there. Had a lot of block stun, and Arturo taking advantage with the thick light kick. He could have went in for anything there. And that's the tough part. You block that light kick in the air, and there's a lot of things that can happen. You can go for throw, you can go for low, you can go for high.
For sure. I mean, Dulzim's got a whole different set of tools in this day and age, but Saban keeps it with the most traditional sim, knows exactly the right text, the strengths and weaknesses of each version, and just uses the right buttons in their rightful place.
Yeah, that's what I really like about Furby sim. It's just that it's not the fanciest sim, but it gets the job done, and he's so good at going through all the options that he has.
And hell yeah, and you know, since you're a man of taste, you like Super Turbo. I mean, all about that dive kick pressure Sim has in that game, which we've seen Arturo put on full display. Oh, but the Peaches got him reaching.
Oh, this could be the start of something. In the corner. Oh, what a great
slide.
Arturo Sanchez and the Great Escape, another children's book on its way here from NYC Furby.
Oh yeah, the sweep to activation reverses the pressure. Good blocking though by Flux.
That was actually a risky beat trigger 2-star because he actually probably could have armored through it. What's the guess? What's the guess?
Yeah,
She's plus, right?
Oh, God, it was... Man, and Flux was just getting cooked with all of that pressure. Looks like Sabin was opening a hookah bar right over Flux's head, but able to reverse it, and just like that with one toss. Comes one round close to tying it.
It's one of those reasons why this matchup is so stressful. Like, you could play so correctly as Dhalsim for 25 seconds, but it's those last 10 seconds of the round that kind of matters.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Mika matchup for characters like this, especially in my perspective, I think it's all about just keeping them out or rushing them down. But no in between. When you're in between, that's when the random happens.
Yeah, and you know, she's such a good character in scrambles, and you know, Flux has played this character for so long, has all the experience, but so is Arturo.
Yeah, look at that maneuvering. Exactly. I mean, he's got a special driver's license for that teleport, knowing exactly where to space it, which side to get on. Oh, and what a backdash there into the Yoga Flame, confirm off the back forward. But again, that toss comes in the right spot.
Mika wins.
Yeah, and that was at a really far range too, so like Flux is probably like, oh man, I'm so glad I killed, I'm so glad I reached, but lots of examples there. And you know, it's not that Arturo, you know, that so he lost the second game there. It's not like he lost it because he played bad. He actually had a lot of really good answers. You know, he slid out of the corner, he reacted to the drop kick and all, but it's just that, you know, once Mika gets in, she kind of controls stuff.
Yeah, and it was great maneuvering as well, even getting around certain moves, even the stuff that missed. Like, you knew that it was the right guesses. It was just the right thing, the tried and true from the book of Sim. Got the right punishes in the right place.
Oh, there's a good answer. You know, jump, medium punch into the V-trigger 2 cancel. I'd love to see that.
Air to air with the Yoga Gale. Oh, looks like those are some missed inputs there, would you say?
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want
to. Plus, an accidental, heavier medium Yoga Fire, but you know, accidents or not, it's gonna take that round for Flux.
Winning every round with the same command grab. And likewise, you see it, he did that one from the low strong. Now, I know you're a birdie player, and that's a dirty tactic you guys used to do. Even though it's like a -5. Like that low strong is -5. Still, immediately cancels it into that command grab if your opponent is not properly punished.
Oh yeah, you know, space traps are all about. But yeah, you know, my experience playing Dhalsim in this matchup, you either look like a genius playing it or you're smothered.
Yeah, but look at these backdashes and reverse teleports, all up in the right place here. Oh, and yeah, Fluxwaves has to throw out that peach there.
Ooh, good checks there by Arturo. What a godlike ground teleport there for Arturo. Oh no, he dropped the combo.
Exactly. Jox, he is using that teleport as if it's his means of transportation to tournaments.
I mean, hey, I don't blame him. You know, it's Earth friendly and it's free transportation. He's in.
Oh, the backdash from the corner. Just a little bit. Slipping on them heels, getting by. What a move by Sabin. Exactly, man. I'm telling you, it's like they say this is last call over at NLBC, and then he just like just appears right above you with the lotus pose.
And you know, that was such a risk, you know, in this matchup to backdash in the corner layup, but Arturo guessing correctly there on defense.
But you can definitely see the defense wins championships. But again, the Brimstone back into the business here.
Oh, the splash actually beating out the slide there. You know, that slide was actually just to evade any air option.
Yes, and for those of you getting really hyped, seeing that Sabin is stunned, but keep in mind this is a 3 out of 5 set. So Arturo's like, okay, Flux, you're gonna have to see me again.
Mika wins.
Yeah, he's got to see him again, and so he's down in the set here. So Art has to make this decision: is he going to stick with Dhalsim or is he going to go to Falk? You know, he plays a lot of Falk.
Oh, and I love his Falk. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
a big Falk fan.
Yeah. Okay, so you could say it's not going to be a Falked up matcher. You could say, but so he's sticking it with the old man.
Yeah, he just
Master
said
of
Falk
yoga.
now.
Yeah, exactly. He
No, I
looked at-
respect
he
it
looked-
though, man. I'm loving the defense here. It's beautiful. It's inspiring. Just keeping the Flux at bay. Just got to watch out. And connected there with the V skill 1 and the Fierce.
Yeah,
Flux is talking a lot. Yo, man, Flux is talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, he is speaking into the mic, getting an early B trigger. You know, gets to use it here. Just has to pick the right time. That's gonna be it.
Oh, and then got it. How deceptive. Into the low Fierce. Stand Fierce. Got the Tedesco. Like the Rick to the Scott Steiner. They have such good synergy, you know?
I know those are a little bit before my time, but I'm definitely familiar with Scott Steiner.
You should have seen them wrestle in the 90s. They were amazing.
Jeez, and Mika is trying to make up here using both Steiner. Maybe trying to land the Steiner recliner. Oh no!
Oh! No, that low sweep, just limbo in between the double drop kick. Oh, it's getting. Oh, does he connect on that one? No, Yoga Flame for you. The hibachi runs cold.
No, that's probably about the third or fourth time we've seen dropkick on block into command throw. So Flux is starting to get a rhythm here. What's it, 3 in a row? 4
Yeah,
in a row?
5 brimstones.
in a
This is
row?
probably going to be a high fight clip. Oh no, one more. What are you going to do? Tries to teleport. He just Ric Flair chops at the knees. Like an arrow in Skyrim, wingless airplane, close it out, and it is match point for Flux.
Ending it with the Rikishi special there. Rest in peace.
All right. Who what was the over-unders on the brimstones there? Was it 7? 6 or 7?
It was a lot to build full meter into this good-looking advantage meter-wise for Flux.
Yo, and I'm loving the peach over that EX flame. I like the precision there.
Interesting that, Art's using the V-Skill 1 here. I've been seeing you use a lot of V-Skill too, but risking this matchup.
Yeah, I'm a fan of skill too, especially in this matchup too.
Oh, what a good time to teleport, but Arthur did not get
Goes
full
around.
conversion. That is gonna be it. Oh, that's, like I said, it's such a stressful match. You have to be paying full attention here the whole time, and unfortunately, it's not over for Art though. He is, who's down the loser side of bracket. He's still in the tournament. Good job to Flux. He's moving forward to winners finals.
Yeah, but man, so many command grabs. I mean, we just saw back to back to back to back on the brimstones again. Just incredible pressure from Fluxwave, able to wrap it up 3-1. And he will go and face the winner of Brian F. and Crouch Fierce. So we're going to come and give you that next.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one, and I think, the favorite's going to be Brian here. I'm not too familiar with Crouch Fierce, though I am more familiar because had a really good run on our Street Fighter, the Street Fighter Reddit tournament a few weeks ago. Really good, and I actually beat Metro M for the first time ever. Beat Metro M, and then I was doing really well, and then I got asked to play on stream, and I played Crouch Fierce. Messed up a lot, but yeah, he's good. So yeah, Crouch Fierce, he's Crouch Fierce for a reason. You're gonna see some Murian stuff here, but Brian, very well traversed. Even though he's not an 09er, people like to say that. He's very well versed, very calculated player. One of the most calculated, smart players in the game. So you're gonna see some thinking here.
Yeah, he's a veteran, man. He's a veteran, and I've seen him on that local grind before he put in the national grind. I mean, you saw him on the local grind too, I mean, we all know it's about the work he had to put in to fight the savages of the Florida scene,
Yeah, definitely. And you guys want to see a good example of someone who came out of nowhere. Like he came out of where he put in a lot of work to get to where he is, streaming wise and competitor wise. Is Brian F is one of the best examples out there.
And he moved to Wisconsin, and he had nothing but that work ethic. So that's a beautiful thing, because everybody says you gotta You know, you got a world warrior. You know, you got to smash up a few cars, bust up a few barrels, you know, on the other side of the world to get out there known. But nah, you know, he just works on his tech. He does his thing, does his job, you know, clocks in, does his 9 to 5, puts in his grind, spends time in training mode, going over every single punish. And, you know, there are times where a lot of the Urians he fights, if not most, he knows more about the Urian than the Urian.
Definitely, and you know, like you said, he moved to Wisconsin. He's getting into that YouTube game using them cheesy clickbait titles and all that. So yeah, full cheesehead Wisconsin mode in effect.
You know, as an SEO, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all, man. It's just making your product more accessible to the people, and I respect it.
Okay, Aegis Reflector here. He's gonna get out of the corner. What's the setup? He'll take the throws.
So Brian F sitting on life lead, he's chilling. Gonna waste away that last Aegis. He'll throw out some low strongs out there, just see if he can get himself some trades. Okay, he's gotta watch out here. Uses that V reversal, but that just lowers down that stun gauge. Now he's just gonna walk back. He's gonna mosey, man. He's gonna mosey.
Oh jeez.
He's gonna walk into my low strong, or I'm just gonna use a little meter, but it's still got a little more meter though. It's all good. Now you ain't got no V reversal.
Yep. And here we go. Anything will take it. Oh jeez. Brian F with the child Balrog tech there. The full screen EX dash working out.
You know, he just saw the man didn't want to stand his ground. You know, he was probably fishing for that to anti-air that jump. I mean, hence that's why he's called Crouch Fierce, because he knows where the party's at. But you know, I mean, just looking for that. Just trying to do something. Now Brian F in the corner there. Okay, he's a little bit of that low forward, but he ain't got to worry about that because he ain't got no B trigger.
Man, even though I said I had some good chicken farm earlier, Brian displaying the Ragu with the Rago EX lows, but they're working out.
Man, Ragu, I thought we were talking about the grown man's marinara out here. I thought we were talking about how we work the spice rack.
You know, spice rack here, you know, you want...
Oh, and there we go, right to the dome. Opening up a jar of that whoop ass. Good defense by Crouch Fierce, blocking the empty jump low short. I saw Brian F do that, and Crouch Fierce was like, nah, I'm going to crouch block that, and then land the throw and even it up. Wow.
Crouch Fierce looking good. You're getting a good start, and he still has full meter, too. Jeez, what a hit confirmed. Crouching medium punch into uppercut, into headbutt.
Yeah, gets a little tap in the mix there. That's what I'm talking about, that grown man marinara. You got a little more than something on that of those already.
And there you go, you know, the EX headbutt, you know, the equalizer there. You gotta let your opponent know that you have it. Great defense by Brian F here until he got hit by that. There he goes. Man, look at that, down backing like a pro.
Oh, and he tried to anti-air it. Psych! You thought. Those EX knees are so deceptive.
It hits so fast, and like, unless you have something that's air invincible or armor or invincible at all, like, yeah, you have to time your anti-air button perfectly. And unfortunately for Brian F, Crouch Fierce,
you want to react with that Crouch Fierce, you know, you believe in the Crouch Fierce. The book tells you to Crouch Fierce when the son of a bitch is in the air.
Definitely.
But nah, he's got meter and he's got them knees and he's just gonna drop an anvil on you, and the next thing you know, oh, I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Oh, there we go, Crouch Fierce using his Crouch Fierce.
Yeah, trading with that neutral jump Fierce. There we go. There's his namesake there. Got the reset into the Aegis, and oh, watch your toes. Another Crouch Fierce into the Dizzy. Got Brian F seeing the stars, the Walk of Fame.
Ooh, there we go.
That's gonna another reset. Got him with a pixel, 0 vital. Oh, and he throws him through the overhead. Brian's like, you want to crown my ass? Crown my ass.
A very rare V reversal used by Urian there, but all...
Yeah, Brian's got a V trigger, and you know it's going to go off. He don't even need it. I'm just going to spin on in and get the win. You don't want it, Crouch Fierce.
And Chris, what I liked about that was a clean comeback. That was, you know, no dirty tactics there, just lots of great defense, and that's what allowed him to have that comeback there.
And then there was the aggression too. He saw when you got that pixel, you got that nothing to lose mentality. And then you just fighting hungry, walking forward with them lights. There you go, Crouch Fierce got some fighting in there. Oh, but he's back in the corner now. And then right there, what you better watch for. Oh, you want headbutt, okay.
The
Got
great
him to the middle.
equalizer.
Yeah, but Brian F's got full bar too, and you know he's got bars. Make it to the dome safe. Can't avoid that crush counter though. Got him, picking him up with the low EX dash. I am not done with you, sir. You will continue to listen to the words I have to say, and you will respect me as your elder in the FGC. 1-1, son.
Plot twist. Crouch Fierce is actually 50 years old. Or something like that. But yeah, really good stuff to Brian F there. You know, just E-Trigger Balrog, you know, it's definitely nerfed from what it used to be, but good stuff there. So
Yeah,
tied
but it was all
one
clean,
apiece.
good, all clean, good spacing. I mean, it don't matter because Brian F is as smooth as Uncle Drew. It's just all about getting them buttons. Let's see how Crouch Fierce responds there, because it's still 1-1. You know, it's a 3 out of 5 set, so, you know, we got to make a lot of adaptations. We got to play chess, and then Chinese checkers, and then some checkers, and then Uno, and then Parcheesi, and then back to chess, you know?
Oh,
Like,
geez,
we're
that's
going to
all.
whiff 2 throws in the corner and then get thrown. I love it, Brian F.
Right there. Yeah, Brian is you know, with all that life that he has, yeah, he's definitely going to take all the throws there. You know,
Oh, for
with
sure.
Aegis behind you, it's so easy to want to. Oh, geez, what a great jump back!
The jump back strong, son! What? Oh, but Crouch Fierce got the jumping, though.
There we go, using the V reversal. I like that. So it gets him away, gets the stun away.
Oh, there we go. Gets the chariot there. But Brian F with the wake-up instant overhead. Man,
Yeah,
that was the Joker in the deck of... That was a Joker in, like, an 8 deck of blackjack.
Man, the jump back light, it's a good answer for a lot of things. And just like Stage for crouching, you know, for Crouch Fierce, you know, punishing the overhead.
A good punish on the overhead by Crouch Fierce. I like that. And there goes that trade again. And if it trades, I mean, it'll never be in anyone's favor other than Urian.
Yeah, definitely. That was almost like a 3-to-1 trade there in damage. Okay, just a little bit for both characters here to get their V triggers. He's tackled into. Oh no, Brian!
Oh, full screen with the V skill. Brian F with the savagery. Okay, good blocking though from Crouch Fierce, but oh, goes through the activation. What punch?
No, that was I think a mistake by Crouch Fierce. He didn't just want raw Aegis there, you know, 2-frame start, but Brian F reacting perfectly, mashing out super correctly, reversing it, and of course, you know, he knows that, he's seen that.
You know, yeah, to do that kind of reaction, man, I mean, that's like you're doing 100 V skills, 100 EX straights, 100 dash lows every single day.
And you know, here's the thing, Balrog can only count to 9, I think. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, final, right? Or he says 9, I forgot.
Oh, well, that's how he knows his time's up, man. Once he goes final, that's it in the business. Oh, wow, Jumping Roundhouse beats the Crouch Fierce. I don't care if that's your name, sir.
Oh, Brian, they're using the meter there to, you know, max damage the stun output there.
See how Crouch Fierce responds there. Again, the wake-up activation, and Brian F is having none of it. A golden uppercut for a golden finish. Match point on perfect. How will Crouch Fierce respond with the great run he's been having here in the Casa tournament? What more does he have to reach for? Where can his Aegis connect to? Where can he get those EX knees? Exactly.
And you know, right now there's two great examples of why, you know, raw activation of Aegis is not something you see all the time. And Brian will let you know that it's not the right thing to do there.
No, it definitely isn't, but you know, on ranked, we raw Aegis all day, and we never think twice about it. I have met so many Urian players, and they have never done a raw Aegis they didn't like. I'll leave it at that.
But you know, it's one of those things, like, you gotta test the opponent. Do they know what to do? And you know, Brian, he got it right the first time, then he got it right the second time.
Hey, shoot your shot, King. Especially in Street Fighter V. You know what I'm talking about out here. Brian F still on match point, though.
Yeah,
And Crouch Fierce tie it up here.
Crouch Fierce still has a chance.
Yeah, he's coming off a good round there.
Oh,
There we go. Caught him. Caught him reaching into the cookie jar. Crouch Fierce checking the dash. 3 jabs, confirms it into a headbutt. That makes me smile. Doesn't that make you smile? Confirming all those lights in a clutch situation into a move, to a knockdown that gets the corner. Great whiff punish with that low strong. Oh, my man. Okay, now he's got to hold that damage though.
Here comes the stun. It's racking up.
That's right. We coast to coast now.
Brian has not blocked an EX headbutt yet, but this could be the good time to do it.
Oh, he's looking for it too. He knows it. He's like, I want to keep this near you from doing something ridiculous.
This could be good damage. Oh,
oh no, blows it up. Tried to hero it, but that's not going on high fight. Nope, even it up 2-2. Good on you, Crouch Fierce. What a response.
You know, that was definitely a huge risk there, but you know, there could have been a lot of payoff there because that move itself, it's one hit, the EX upper, and it does such good, it does a ton of damage as armor. You know, you see other characters go for an offering that not normally Balrog's. You know, Brian tried something new there, and unfortunately, not working for him. We are tied at 2 apiece here.
That's right. The winner of this faces off against Flux Wave, who we just saw earlier doing the business. And like, hey man, you know, these are great players out here. Glad you appreciate this talent. You know, type in that exclamation point match and like, come on and support the scene here. Because Brian F almost got those dizzies, but then that short Aegis. We got that corner pressure. Oh, the crush counter caught you hitting buttons. There's a confirm.
Great V reversal there. Brian has V reversal at so many great times this set.
Yeah, look at that confirm too. Ooh, couldn't finish it. It's alright. He knows it.
Yeah, I think he's trying to be out EX headbutt there.
Ooh, but the man, the most precise low strong in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Brian F on match point again.
You know, so Brian F, you know, being on the more on the East Coast here, you have to face a lot of fantastic Urian players. Just
and
trying to figure out
too.
the different rhythms. Yeah,
I mean, there's some good ass boxers too, you know.
Yeah, but more Urians more especially.
Yeah,
you guys,
sure. I mean,
I deal with that.
Yeah, and he's very well versed with the knowledge of a lot of characters, including Abigail and G. And hey, this is anyone's game right now. Brian F with the activation. Good corner backdash by Crouch Fierce though. Can he withstand? But yes, good V reversal. He survives the V trigger 1. Wow, Crouch Fierce marking himself safe on Facebook. Now he wants to see if he can chip at the pixel, get that last pixel without spending any meter.
Just mark himself safe on Facebook. Jeez, Chris.
Hey, every time I block Boxers V trigger 1, I mark myself safe on Facebook. And if I don't, and I'm on stream, you know, people tell me like, hey, you didn't mark yourself safe. I'm worried about you.
Oh, jeez. Anyways, guys, here we are at the last round. You know, Crouch Fierce with a great EX knees in favor for him in that trade.
Yeah, this is the final round, folks. Taking him into the final quarter. There he goes. It's almost like the situation from the last round, but reversed. And Brian F's going to make him pay with interest as he advances into the winner's final.
You know, that was such, like, the most perfect opportunity. That was a give or take. Is he going to EX headbutt or not? Brian said, you know, I'm going to go for it. And he went for it because EX headbutt doesn't really get much off of it. So, Brian F, you know, he just out-edged him. But it wasn't an easy feat. Crouch Fierce, like, definitely held his own. And just happened that the last round went Brian's way. But congrats to him. He's moving on to winners finals against Flux.
For sure, man. Flux, I mean, Crouch Fierce definitely got to tip your hat there, especially in the top 8 performances in a hella stacked bracket with some mad hungry names that didn't make it into the top 8. But we'll see you on another week, another Casa. You know, just wasn't your week. It happens, man. But real talk, though. I mean, some great technique we saw, and he was able to just scratch and claw all the way down to the finish line. You know, and that's, I mean, came up short. Brian F, just that offense was just too good. Once he had the gas, he just found another way to just put his foot further into that pedal and just keep driving it. Whereas, you know, there was just a matter of one offense being tighter than the other. That's just how.
Yeah, it definitely was. But, you know, great plays had by both. But, you know, that's expected to, you know, to be seen here. It's another Casa Weekly. Such strong competitors. And, like, Anybody that makes it into a top 8 on this in this tournament series, like, it's a feat in itself because there's so many strong names. It gets stronger and stronger each week.
Oh, for sure. And let's give a shout out to the people that make it happen, man. Here we're gonna go to make sure to reach out in the Matcherino there. Gifts in the prize pool. I mean, you can just type in ! Matcherino in the chat. We'll hook you up. We got you, man. Just be sure to contribute out there. Get our players, content creators, commentators, and all the people that make Casa great. You know, show that support, show that love. Also want to give a shout out to Ronin Rumble with what tournaments they got in store. Be sure to like and subscribe them on Facebook. You know, they always got some of that good content, good competition, and good quality commentary coming out there from, you know, people that you and I both know and can vouch for.
Definitely.
And then also, shout out to Team Spooky, Next Level Battle Circuit Online Edition, still holding it down, raising the roof, showing off to be Rona proof, because that community is just too strong. So, you know, make sure to show some love and support out there for Team Spooky. And also, you know, shout outs to Sabin doing in the work. We're going to see later on in the losers bracket, but, you know, anyone's show. And then also want to give a special shout out to our people at our Street Fighter, Reddit Street Fighter, you know, loving your tech, loving your stuff. We appreciate you, Super Joe Monday, and, you know, all the great commentary stuff, keeping the community alive throughout all this time. That's what it's all about.
He's a guy that definitely never gets thanked enough.
Oh, there's a lot. I mean, we can make a list of, like, the most unsung heroes in the community, man. I know. And there's even names we don't even know. There's unknown unknowns out there that make it happen, but, you know, we appreciate all of you.
And, you know, another shout out, you know, personally from my heart to Mr. OG Bunch. You know, he's the one who kind of put this all together at Casa. You know, he is the landlord, as they say here. And, you know, one of my earliest FGC memories of, like, commentating a big event was actually with Bunch. It was at Tampa Never Sleeps, I think number 5 in 2015 or so. Yeah, it was a long time ago, and I got to commentate top 8 with Bunch, and it was definitely one of my most favorite moments in my life.
You know, Tampa still never sleeps. And shout outs to Tong, man. I mean, that's one of my favorite people in the community as well. Great guy. I mean, really makes, like, Florida just awesome.
Yes, and speaking of awesome, we're going to get a pretty good match here. So, Crouch Fierce, you know, maybe he's going to be warmed up from just playing on stream, and he's going to be playing against Notorious Falk player. So, yeah, Notorious was on stream earlier. He's back.
Defeated Tanachi 3-1.
And no joke there.
Yeah, no joke. And the winner of that faces off against the looks like it's Arturo.
So, Chris, I gotta ask you, what are your thoughts on this character, Falk?
I think she's improved, like, from this season. Definitely, I think she got some buffs in the right place, but still, I mean, it's always it's tricky because there's always, like, everybody's gonna, like, a lot of time you'll run into people who only have like 50% familiarity with it, but with the character. But Crouch Fierce showing no problems at all there. Absolutely 6 consecutive dunks, man. So this is take the throw night, huh?
Oh, geez, look at this extension with the V skill.
Yeah, 5-4 dashes. That's what we're just gonna keep on doing. Okay, and Crouch Fierce. Yeah, I got a full stun. No worries at all. Okay, went back on it. That's all he needs.
Notorious was so thirsty. He was acting like, you know, like one of them thirsty boys on Twitter, like so thirsty for the stun. Got himself in trouble, unfortunately, there. Crouch Fierce taking the first round of the set.
Yeah, he's not afraid to spend that meter. Got Notorious in the corner, gets the reset. I don't care if I corner myself. Oh, but let's see how the Notorious responds to it.
Oh, jeez. I love seeing these fall combos. They're so cool.
Yeah, they are.
She's in the front. The hop in the front. Here we go.
Oh, good block by Crouch Fierce, but even better avoid by Notorious. Keeping Crouch Fierce in the corner now, and then just waving that stick out there, trying to mess up the timing. Making sure that they don't get each other on rhythm. Okay, and we're just going to make some Earl Grey to each other.
Oh, jeez. You know, this kind of reminds me of seeing Storm and Marvel 2, like, you know, whiffing the buttons for meter, but it's not like that in this game. You know, Notorious doesn't need to do that. You know, full meter here. Trying to bait each other out of something by doing nothing. Hopefully, you know, the connection's better than what I'm seeing, but that's the magic of CFN for you.
Let me try to see if there's any issues going on here. Nope, not seeing anything in my notes. I mean, either way, we got this WrestleMania stare down here, and it's only the losers bracket of the top 8.
The pay-per-view stare down is right.
For sure. I mean, we definitely got the weigh-in section, and then Dana White, which is pretty much we just Photoshop Bunch's head on him, just separating the two people. Like, hey, save it for the bracket, eh?
I guess hopefully it wakes up here a little bit. Oh geez, 1 second. This is going to be Notorious's round.
Final round.
Yep, excellent clock management there by the Notorious 7. Oh, and there's that anti-air. Not a crouch miss. Actually is, well, it's not a DP either, but it works like it. Just doesn't get promotion. I don't really know what you call that. Just an uppercut.
Reiki Strike is all I know.
Oh, okay. I'll call it that.
That's what she says. Something like that. Oh geez, so Notorious here, you know, trying to get something
good
started,
response. Yeah, crouch shift against the diving stop.
Jeez. Okay, so let's see what Notorious can do here with Falk. You know, not known as the best character in the game, but you know, she has a lot of damage when given the chance. Ooh, that could have been the start of something. Oh, catching the startup frames of stand around house.
Oh no, but the EX Chariot just falls short, out of gas, and now the agents all gone. Notorious 7 has meter to use. Possibly set up for a chip situation here. Oh no!
Happens to catch the startup frame, the ending frames of the B skill 2. Unfortunately for Crouch Fierce, he moves, takes this game.
Yeah, Notorious was trying to spit it out in time. You know, that's why they say on the Listerine bottle, you can only swish for 30 seconds. And then you gotta spit it out. Notorious held it on for a little too long there.
No, Team Chris, to be honest, I was actually Googling mouthwash brands because I wanted to make that reference so bad. I just forgot all the brand names.
Yeah, because it kind of looks like that Listerine, the Total Care one or whatever. You know, I don't know. I just like my Listerine minty. I'm not like those weird people with unflavored Listerine. What's up with that?
It's such an unappetizing color too.
I know. It just looks like it hurts.
Or, you know, you could use the boomer ways of just rinsing your mouth out with baking soda. Yuck.
Oh, misses it on the shimmy though. That would have done a lot more. But Crouch Fierce was not able to get the full extension of throwing them bows in the paint.
Oh, geez, Crouch Fierce earning the keepsake name there with the Crouch Fierce, you know, catching that neutral jump.
That's right, and using that V skill too to extend that juggle. You love to see it. Oh, and that probably hit overhead or definitely a button because look at the damage that one jump in did, that one knee did, especially the trades on counter hit. It's deceptive how much it hurts. In some situations, it hurts as much as like a scaled down sushi.
The knee of a tyrant.
No, it is definitely terrible.
Here we go, gets the crest activation. Black, please.
Notorious 7 has a full meter there, but there's the Crouch Fierce. You see it in the name. Why you gotta jump like that, Notorious?
Gets that stomp roundhouse. It's a trade, and it was actually kind of in Notorious's favor. EX Reiki Schneiki is enough. Have to worry about the mirror there for the projectile. It's gonna be
on the walk under. Oh, able to find a preferred parking space to get that reset to close it out 2-0. Crouch Fierce, a man on a tear.
And Crouch Fierce he was at the kid's birthday party, and it was his turn. The pinata was coming down, and he swung with the baseball bat. Crouch Fierce, and it was enough.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But let's see if Notorious can escape that same party, similar in a manner like George Costanza in The Fire.
It's gonna take some fire, some psycho power, and more here for Notorious. It's gonna make a huge. He needs to make a huge comeback in 3 games in a row if he wants to survive being in the Casa bracket.
Oh, definitely. But the way Crouch Fierce has been going, he definitely feels like it's the summer of George.
It's the summer of George.
Oh, it blows up that EX Reiki Shrike. Not in the right space. Swing and a miss. And he's going to hit him with his namesake twice into that upward metallic sphere. Crouch Fierce is now on Crouch Point.
A Crouch Point? Man, what a good fun. Anytime your character has an anti-air that turns into a juggle, that's a very good thing to have.
Oh, definitely. Gil has it too. Gil has a devastating, actually. So does Seth. Seth's stand roundhouse. Disgusting.
True. Discussing here is going to be the damage here from this stun combo. Crouch Fierce. 3 fireballs. Jeez.
Yeah, it's got the meter with the EX carry. It's still not enough. Notorious hanging on to a little bit of life there. Scores the back throw to see what can happen off the offense with this. Oh, but just stacked against him. When you already own Boardwalk and Park Place, just walk forward and low forward. Because if you trade, you got an ace.
There you have it, folks. Crouch Fierce, you know, he didn't look bad in the Brine set. He looked, you know, pretty spectacular here, and I would assume this is a pretty tough matchup for Falk, but regardless, Crouch Fierce moves forward, and it's good to see Notorious here because I love seeing great Falk play, so thank you for, you know, spending some time with us at Casa, Notorious. I hope to see you back soon.
And if you are a fan of good Falk play, I'm not guaranteed anything. I can never promise you any results, what happens on a player character screen. But I'm just saying the next match is Moons and Furby. It's Moons and Saban. Moons and Arturo. We could see a Falk. I don't know. Could be.
Oh, here's the thing.
I want to see a Falk Cody match.
Moons is mostly known for playing Cody, right? But he also plays a pretty good Bison. Cody versus Dhalsim is probably one of his worst matchups. Apparently, it used to be one of the worst in the entire game, so I'm going to expect to see some Bison here.
Oh, okay.
Go time.
So it looks like we are a fan of some dictators out here tonight. In the meantime,
okay,
I'm going to see if I can sneak and grab a Red Bull while Bunch isn't looking. I'm going to sneak behind his back.
Okay, that's no problem. And I just happened to look it up, guys. So on CFN CRI, it's Psycho Schneidi. Okay, so I'm just... she says Ricky Schneiki. It just ever stuck with me ever since she came out. I love the name of the move. But anyways, guys, this is going to be a good one. I'm expecting to see some Bison versus... Oh, Bison versus...
What's the pronunciation of that move?
Psycho Schneidi. The name of the movie.
Psycho Schneidi. Okay. I can live with that. I'm going to go with that from now on. Thank you.
Yeah, I prefer, you know, a Psycho Schnitzel myself, but Psycho Schneidi is the way it is. And I gotta make a little dirty confession here. You know, in Central Florida, there's a really good German restaurant, and I haven't been to it in ever. Like, I never went to it until like recently. People was like, dude, it's so good. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I actually went to it like a year or so ago. Okay, it's pretty good. So like, legit German food is good.
Oh yeah, of course. It's great. Yeah, my dad's side of the family was actually German.
No, they didn't use canned German potatoes, but I had like the sausage plate, and yes, good sausage is hard to pass up. I see you, stream. Ha ha ha. But anyways, we can see
It's
what
very hard to
characters
pass up good sausage.
Oh,
I'm
it's
with
good.
you.
But you know, we're gonna see what characters he's. You know, these two. It's a guessing game of who's gonna play what character here, because you know the characters beat each other out. So Jason definitely beats Dhalsim. You know, if you put it on paper, but Dhalsim definitely beats Cody on paper. So there's gonna be a little bit of a mix up here. We're gonna see who it is. Behind door number 1, Dhalsim against Cody.
It's Dhalsim and Cody. So we're gonna play those bad matchups. And Moons is gonna put on his big boy pants, literally Hager's pants. See those? Get it?
Yeah, definitely. So you guys may be asking like, what makes this matchup kind of hard? Is that Dalsum can kind of just play his game of just zoning out with normals, whatever. And Cody can't really do anything about it. Like, he can kind of jump, get lucky, but just like any other character, but he has a hard time dealing with this.
Yeah,
Dalsum
like,
stuff.
you kind of have to guess when, like, blocking a limb and then seeing if he's going to stick out another limb when he's minus on block. But, I mean, if he hits you with the limb and then you press the button like a dumbass because you're, like, impatient, like I do it all the time, and then you get counter hit by limbs, which leads to more limbs. And you can see Saban is just very comfortable using that V-Skill 1. But here comes Moons. Now he's in the face, in the business. He's going to get really close to a stun. Nope, but Saban draws the reverse card.
Oh, he's going to grab the V reversal. You know, has a lot of time to confirm off that.
Yep, and he hits the draw 4 with 2 of those command grabs. Feels like a new draw 4, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you know, that's a very common thing to see from Cody players. That command grab, if you do correctly, it does a lot of damage, and especially 2 in a row there. But you know, Cody definitely got some buffs along the way, so not as hard as it used to be with a buff character. So, but still, a little bit of a challenge. As hopefully, Turo can demonstrate that.
Oh, what a reset. After that Yoga Anvil into the crush counter. Got the Yoga Gale pressure on there, and there's a Yoga Flame. TS Saban inviting us all, bringing his outside barbecue to the Casa, but it's okay. We appreciate it. His degree of... Oh, man, beautiful. That's pressure.
Yeah, and you know, Cody has issues with that too. He doesn't have any reversals. He has an invincible V skill, but like if with Dalsum, if they have their setups all timed correctly, it doesn't
I
really
don't see how that
smack
thing
against.
reaches, man. That's the thing. Like, I don't see how that V skill reaches. It really only hits people directly above you. I mean, like, it's good against like cross-ups and stuff. But it's got no reach.
Definitely, and speaking of reach, here we go. What's he gonna get started with the V trigger too? Oh, he just eats it! Oh jeez. Okay, so, but fortunately for Moons here, that it does very little damage.
Yeah, and Moons can steal it with a good conversion here. Got the jump in. The Zonk Punch puts him in the position to get that command grab.
Ooh, missed out on the teleport!
Oh no, but
Ooh,
got him with the ruffian
execution.
kick. He's a completely different character when he's got that V-Trigger active, and that V-Trigger stays active forever. You never see a Cody player exhausted.
Definitely not, but you know, unfortunately, there, you know, what happened there was, you know, Art wanted to go for the instant air teleport. Had a little bit of execution error. That's why you saw Jump Tears come out, and you know, Pinata on the way down, and Moons took advantage. And that's how he took game 1 there.
Are you a big fan of pinatas, Jocks?
I don't like smacking them. I just like eating the stuff inside for sure. A fan of free candy.
Yeah, I like hitting it. I just hate the whole spinning around with the blindfold thing.
You know, but speaking of blindfold here, Moon's looking very good. You know, blindfold's on. He's looking very, you know, he sees everything going on. Counter hit top of it all.
Taking him to town with those Zonks. Oh, but walks into the sweep, into the V-Trigger 2 activation. All that pressure is so safe.
Yeah, I just love it. I know I'm not just saying on stream because he's on stream, but Arturo's rhythm, I just love it. It's just so different.
Yeah, but Moons' defense is keeping up. I mean, all of that sequence that we just saw and all Saban got out of it was an instant overhead. And now Moons is like, I got just enough extra for the chips and block. Let's try to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, he's looking good. And like I said, you know, I'm not going to reverse it, but it's still a matchup definitely in Dalsum's favor. But, you know, Moon's making the good reads, the good jumps. V-Trigger 2 is still the thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it makes him a completely different character. I mean, it's a completely different projectile game. And you just really have to watch out for that.
Okay, using the different cancels. There's just, you know, just some about Art's Dalsum. He plays, always goes for something different. I love it. Very creative guy, you can tell.
Oh wow, chasing after the V-Skill 1 opportunity.
Oh, he could have had a better punish than that, but looking good here is Arturo. What's the guess? Jump heavy kick. Geez, that beat the drill? I love the canceling the V-Trigger 2, making it a lot safer there.
Yeah, you can't throw stones. Gonna have to hope for if words can hurt him, but they don't. Saban takes him out.
needs hurtful words when you have a Lin that goes across the screen like Dawson. Still working here. Look at that, but just look at that. So like those medium kicks, the medium punches, like Cody can't really do anything about that unless he sweeps at far range.
Oh, he has no answer. He's forced to chase too. Seeing that with the B skill at any time, living in the threat of the teleport though, that's where it gets scary. And then that jumping strongly puts him right in the ideal position. And like you mentioned earlier, that B skill 1, he's just like, yeah, it's the thing. It's invincible. But your mileage may vary.
Yeah, and you know, I like the idea of going for the V skill because a lot of times Dawson players will like to go, you know, for the EX Fireball and then they go for the slide switch with the teleport. Then you gotta guess. So it was a good read, but it just didn't work out there.
Yeah, I like the response Sabin had to the EX Zonk there, but even better response as well, back with Moons. Close, so close.
Oh, I think that was a punishable slide there, but Moons didn't see that in time, and the crouch jab will take it. Waking up here is Arturo, quite literally. You're tied 1-1. Yeah, this, you know, you're gonna see this. You're gonna see a lot of things, but I think Arturo is kind of waking up here because, you know, Moons does like to, you know, go for the command grab. He like to throw him on his wake up. You know, the button will kind of beat that. Like a button.
Oh yeah, we know what it's about here. And see if Sabin here tying it up and then missing the anti-air with the stand jab. Looks like in that situation the back strong might have been the answer. You never know with those distances though. I mean the stand jab is a hell of an anti-air though. Hits you too
Yeah. Hits him like, yeah, hits very quickly. But you know that's the good dilemma of having a character with so many different anti-airs. Is choosing the right one. Ooh, good damage. I told you it could be one jump in that could be the start for Moons here.
Yeah, he has that V trigger active. He tried to get that stand roundhouse and Yamazaki kick to connect there. Not happening in that instance, and now Sabin has exhausted his V trigger too. He's alright.
Yeah, you could bet your tush here that Moons wanted to activate on that stand roundhouse. Oh, what a teleport! Plus frames. Moons doesn't care. I don't care if it's heavy yoga flame plus frames. You gotta take this. Oh jeez, and Arturo is being the brave man going in. Cody has V trigger too, and Arturo's going in.
You know, wants to close this out, be the aggressor, especially with that stand strong there. As soon as you respect it, watch your step. Low fierce, taking him down.
Yeah, and you know that. I remember when they showed off Dawson, like, oh yeah, his stand fierce. It's low. Guys, that's so cheap. Nobody still talks about it. It's still good though. Okay, back to this game of neutral. I have long buns. How are you gonna get through? Arturo is totally fine with playing that game here.
Yeah, definitely checking the pressure with those low jabs. Then the zonk again, that's -2. So he goes, that's my turn. Final fight combo. Avoids the command grab. Unhand me.
Yeah, you know, you don't really see that too often. Good job by Art, you know, being able to be slippery enough to evade 2 command grabs so far.
Yeah, I know it does no damage, but I still get hype when like a stray poke like trades with Dulzen.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But as the Dulzen player, shoot your shot, gang. Stay in the game. And again, that low jab counter hit again. Able to find where the wrong buttons are being pressed, confirming that into the back forward. That's all you need to turn the tide, ladies and gentlemen. Sabin was earlier looking to go down 2-0, now has the 2-1 advantage. Are we saying download complete? Stick around, find out.
Like I said, oh, he does play a Bison, but he's opting to stay with Cody. But yeah, every single time that, you know, Moons is trying to go, you know, throw him on his wake up, Arturo's woke up button, so maybe we'll see if Moons is going to have an answer for that. Yeah, these guys not being too far away from each other, you definitely know. Hope would like to think the connection is pretty good.
I'd like to as well, but these yoga snipers are on point. Limbs fully extended there, jumping short to get that frame advantage. And then there's that backdash. We saw that backdash working pretty well against Flux. Just coming up short though at the end. That was a really good set earlier. Ken Moons gets the activation off of the EX Zon. Let's see. Usually the momentum is in his favor, but what a sweep there.
And it's nice when you have a good sweep like that and you're able to V-trigger cancel it to make it safe. Well, here we go. Okay, so Cody is... And oh no, that's the third command grab that he's whiffed so far against Sabin.
Great anti-air immediately going into the Yoga Sniper there. Now Sabin is a few pixels away from getting this into the match point situation and does it with the stand short.
Yeah, stand short is going to take it here. And so Arturo moves into set point here. Looking pretty strong, even though he lost the first game. He just relied on the same game plan. Is working out really good reactions, just poking through, trying to frustrate moves, and at the same time evading these command grabs.
Yeah, and making sure the moves are safe. Like getting those safe sweep in there and flying with the pressure. Getting those extra flames. And look at that white damage just accumulating. Moves to the full meter, full trigger on deck. Oh, can he activate? Oh, right there. Got the low strong to go in the right place. And Cody's low strong is a damn good button. Not able to get the conversion there. Oh, got the jump in air to air. Not there, though. Can't save and close it out. The Yoga.
What a shimmy.
That was a deep shimmy, too, man. I mean, that was like the statue. It's like the shadow of the statue just slid across the marble floor. Like a half a foot, and then just collapsed on him.
That was the first one he went for, and it brings me back to a tournament before when one of the first times I've ever heard a Dalsum shimming in this game, and someone just said, "Dog, he's shimming you with one leg. Come on!"
Ooh, in the tree pose too.
Yeah, in the tree pose with one leg. Arturo looking strong. He's moving on in the bracket.
I mean, a Bison shimmy is equally as nasty, too.
Definitely. Oh, so here we go. I think we're going to get winners finals here?
Yeah, it's going to be winners final here. Yeah, watch out, the heavy hitters. Hope you put the kids to bed. Well, I mean, unless they want to see some savagery. And if so, then more power to you. But we got Brian F. and Flux going at it here.
Geez, in this COVID season of many tournaments going on, how many times have you guys think these two have played together in a tournament setting online?
Oh, quite a bit. So is it going to be Mika versus Boxer?
I would like to think so. The expectation. Yes. Oh, sorry. Too excited there. I forgot about Q's and all. Because we're dealing with G, but yeah, the expectation for Brian to give it his all with Balrog, and if it doesn't work out, then we're gonna see possible switch. But I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Mika versus Balrog.
For sure. And as you can see, we are setting the stage up for a brawl. One so hard that we're forgetting Battle Lounge at it, but it's all good here. We got this going. 3 out of 5 set. Brian F going up against Flux Wave. This is a battle just along the border too. So Flux Waves repping Canada. Brian F. up there repping.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna see Poison versus Balrog. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah, gonna try to get that advantage on the neutral.
This is a matchup that Brian has lost the items, Poison, here and there. So he's definitely lapped the character, but at the end of the day, Poison is just a very, very solid character. Has basically almost everything.
Well, I can definitely see how Poison can cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and at the same time, I can also see how Balrog is Poison a lot of trouble, but you don't see that, especially with a perfect beginning here for Flux.
Yep, couldn't have been more perfect, indeed. Stole the gold off Brian F's suit. Oh, what a confirm off that stand short. Flux, please.
Sick buffer.
Now, I know he's playing on the Flux PC account there. Don't know what kind of... Is it the ray tracing, Jocks? Is it one of those things? Oh, good reversal to blow up the heart rate.
Yo, Brian is not afraid to just hold down back here and chooses the right time to EX dash punch.
For sure. Look at that. Brian F choosing when to go in and then does so with the EX straight. What a commitment.
Oh no, anti-air there, you know, and that's such a tricky anti-air because Poison's, I think, jump gears, it's so stupidly good. That button right there.
It totally is, but great awareness by Brian F. He's trying to respect that Molotov option. Would have got that Molotov cocktail, that was going to be Flux's chance to come back.
You know, that's, you know, it's 2020, you gotta respect the Molotov.
Yeah, the dash up low strong. Into the throw reset right in the face. Not afraid to block in that situation. Doesn't care if Flux is plus on block. In that situation, you might as well call it Flux on block.
Yeah.
Oh, and everyone's got a plan until they got a punch in the mouth. Those dash straights, no meter, no problem. Brian F takes the first fight.
Balrog
No,
wins.
using one of the best anti-airs in the game, like kind of pseudo option selecting his throws there. You know, it's just so fast. It catches everything that's in front of him. So, good job by Brian. You know, I'm gonna see like is Flux gonna stick with Poison? He had a great first round, but Brian kind of, you know, the other rounds decidingly so.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's also got a Minot, but I don't really know if we're going to see Minot a lot this season. Or nope, going to stick to the guns, stick to the poison. Mika on standby. Let's see how Flux responds. I mean, we've seen Flux do some big damages. Hasn't been able to start a bar tab yet. So nothing on the Molotov cocktail, nothing served hot. Just getting those heart raids and whips going.
Oh geez, there you go. Brian is so ready for that close anti-air every single time, just about.
Yeah, Flux going for that tricky reset there with the V-Skill 2 cross under. Brian F is ready to stand his ground like we do in the Florida FGC.
Oh jeez, it's hard for him.
That's our motto.
Is your
gets
motto?
that
Wait,
low
is
cheers.
your motto stand back, stand? What is it?
No,
that
none of
Trump
that. No, I just remember it was what's that guy's name? Frank Lotion. Man, what's his name?
said? Xavier.
Frank. Yeah, Xavier. Yeah, he was like, you know, I was in Northern Florida, and he's just like, yeah, and I'm like, you know, you guys taught me to play lame. And he's like, yeah, that's the Florida FGC. We stand our ground. Never forgot that.
Standing his ground here is Brian, looking very good here, just the boxer pressure. Still working in Season 5. I mean, Season 4 here. Depends on who you talk to.
Yeah, Brian F does not care if you're waving that Molotov cocktail. You're going to have to serve that heat somewhere else. I'm just going to stand jab through that pressure and get that last pixel. Brian F take a 2-0 lead after starting off getting perfected. I'm sorry to bring that up to you, Brian F fans. You probably weren't ready for that, but it was a thing. It happened. But Brian F looking good now. And then let's see. Oh, that jumping fierce. That button, as you mentioned, Jocks.
It's good. Just hits so low, so quick with her fast jump bar.
And he gets that tick though because Flux Wave is plus AF in that situation. Trades with that straight, gets one stop into the cancel. The V-Skill 1 not domed. Not happening there. Nope, you are missing. You got to update that menu because Taco Bell ain't serving them potatoes.
Poison wins.
And when you have a guy that's as experienced and, you know, has so much grinding online like Flux, yeah, you gotta. It's a risk to throw that overhead out. You land it, sure, you get a lot of damage, you get a lot of follow-ups here, but Flux has seen it. He's played a lot of Balrogs himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like that. Like, you know, everyone was liking the Mexican pizza, but it's been out since I was in 4th grade. It's time to move on.
Mexican pizza is pretty underrated.
Nah, it's no more. It's antiquated. It's no mas.
Speaking of antiquated here, Brian is trying to antiquate, you know, Flux into the loser side of things.
Oh,
You know,
great punish on that low fierce. You can't throw that out there. That's not happening. We ain't got those 7 layers on this burrito. No mas. Not happening. Oh, and even though he's lit up, even though he's a burning man, still able to use those V-Skill and the crouch fierce to get through the desert.
Jeez, Brian's still looking good. Oh, no, but here's the scary part. Poison has those 3 bars, so she can get something. Or not. Says, you know, I'll just throw you down to the ground. We're gonna go into this other round here.
Yeah, of course. It's Take the Throw Appreciation Night. Haven't you noticed, Jocks? I took the throw before I got on screen, too.
You know,
just to be part of the
as a filthy millennial, it is a shame that I forgot another Appreciation Day because we have holidays every day of the year.
That's right. Well, you know, today definitely we were doing the Take the Throw challenge.
Jeez, and you know, Flux said, "How about take the jump in?"
Almost got him with that step back stomp there.
Brian trying to go for the big boy anti-air, but you know, very risky. Look at that damage! The big
I know.
damage.
I was there when Idom won Capcom Cup, and it was like, what? The Molotov did what?
Yeah, exactly.
And this was like when he was like beating me, like earlier in the show, you know.
Jeez. Oh shit.
Oh, there we go. He was looking for that. He was looking for that punish too earlier. We saw him try to go for that stop. He missed a few times, but he stuck to his guns. Ooh, the white damage not enough to get the kill though. Oh, and the stutter step throw.
Yeah, having decent walk speed. You know, having that decent walk speed makes that situation so scary. It makes it a true guess. No, this is anybody's game here.
Yeah,
Weird.
Flux Waves could go up 2-1 here with the momentum.
Yeah, this is tied 2-1, so like this game is so important between the two. He takes the throw. He takes the throw.
Takes the other throw with the stun and done. But unfortunately, Flux will have enough meter to get the super. But I don't know if no. There's no chip in the world that's gonna stop that. What am I saying? Unfortunately, what am I talking about? No, Flux, you got the kill, sir. Enjoy. There you go, Flux going up 2-1.
Poison.
You know,
wins.
said no chip would take it, but you know, it was the loud sun chip bags here. That was just enough there. Good stuff by Flux. Man, this character Poison is good.
Now, what kind of sun chips are we talking about? Because they're not all made equal, you know. Are we talking about the Harvest Cheddar?
I mean, the Harvest Cheddar, the Garden Salsa. To me, any sun chip is a good chip.
Nah, man. I'll take the French onion over the Garden Salsa free.
Onion or not here, though.
That's a 10-1 matchup for me, Jocks.
Anyways, back to the set here. Flux looking good, 2-1, but you know, Brian has been here plenty times before. These guys have played each other plenty of times in 2020.
And there's plenty of dash straights that are not getting punished here. But Flux is still holding it down fine. Oh, got Brian hitting the wrong buttons. If there's any buttons at all. Got the head scissors. Flux Waves is now on match point. 99 seconds away. A good-ass 99 seconds away. Maybe a few Molotovs in the mix. Maybe some punishes on those dash straights. I'm a fan of that. That V-skill 2 conversion. And then Flux Waves can find himself in the grand finals. What do you think, John?
I think it's looking like it. I mean, not to be so obvious as he's here on set point, but I think Brian's going to try
F with those anti-airs. Oh, and again, missing the overhead there.
Yeah. Flux has been so good at defensively blocking that.
Oh, and the scissor kick there, just going across the back of the head like Booker T. But Brian F with the dome right to the back of the temple. Can you dig that? Got a little bit left of the tank and gets the throw and sticks around for another 99 seconds. Brian F with the resistance.
You know, Flux blocked all the overheads except for down. And fortunately for Brian, he actually had the, he had the resource to make it safe with the V-trigger. So he is still alive.
Yeah, and just the damage Poison does too. Just such a heavy hitter. Already taking off 60% of Brian F's health with just 4 good strokes of the whip.
Ooh, here we
There
go.
goes that crush counter into the tap. I love it. That great technique.
You know, that's one of my favorite crush counter combos in the game.
Oh, it's beautiful to see. Now Flux is dealing with a whole bunch of white damage there, and it's all cooking. Brian F knows it, and then builds it up with that V reversal. That's smart. And the big brain making it count with the stand fierce.
Oh, look at this defense by Brian, opting, to just hold down back a lot of these times.
Yeah, and moving forward, even in the face of the Molotov, absolutely fearless, and that takes it to the final fight.
Final fight is right, Poison final fight character there. Brian looking strong, but here's the deadly part. He gets to switch if you like to. making the dirty switch, making the true counter pick perhaps. Is he gonna go Mika? Okay, he's sticking with the poison. No chess moves here. No king 1 to rook pawn or whatever it is.
That's Casa. It's called Casa.
We're sticking with Flux versus Brian.
That's what the technique called. It's castling. You can do it as long as the king is not in check.
No, checks mix or not. Here we go. Brian. Okay, good here. The random dash low is working out. It's not random if it hits.
Yeah, I think we're all out of checks mix and it's just the pretzels. That's a level assault going on there with that trade. Off the jumping fierce, low fierce.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, takes that headbutt out of the picture there. And then there goes the Molotov.
Ooh, and then, with just the amount of hits done there to grab your opponent.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brian F does not have enough life to get a V-trigger anyway. If that damage happens and Flux Waves closes it out with another successful grab, just putting on a clinic on how to use them throws, randomizing it with the moves. But throwing off our feet.
Brian F, he enters this round 2 with a lot of meter to use here. And if used correctly, could be a ton of damage output.
Yeah. I'm the type of player where if I didn't use that meter or my resources and I lost without using it, I think about it the next day. This is how I roll.
No, Brian is rolling with the dash punches here. Good, who cares if it's -4? Who cares if it's -4 if you can't touch it?
Yeah, if it's not getting punished, then by all means, plus on block.
Look at this
great
damage.
juggle there. Yeah, and using that V reversal to avoid the white damage from happening, but it's still going on there.
Okay, gets a
full meter.
Poison does good. Throw damage. Oh, that's gonna be it.
Oh, and Flux Waves takes it.
Oh man, that's privilege right there. When you have that walk speed to just walk out of throw range and able, you have the reactions to punish that whiff throw. That's why Flux took it.
Or call it privilege. But Flux Waves is doing the business and advances over to the grand finals. We're going to mosey on down over to the losers bracket. And then we're going to get you to our losers final match here.
And we're going to move into losers semi, but good. Oh, we're going to losers finals already?
Yeah. My cue is saying losers final.
Let's
and that losers final is going to be Brian F, who we just saw, who was robbed from getting into the grand finals. Will he be able to get his ticket through the back door as Brian F in the losers final?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be facing the winner of NYC Furby versus Crouch Fierce. Now, this is, assuming Dalsum, Urian, this is going to be an interesting matchup because, this is
You're right, it is loser semis. You're right.
Okay, so this could be an interesting matchup. It's just, everybody, Artur has so much Urian exposure on the East Coast, but the question is, how much experience does Crouch Fierce have against good Dalsum play? That is to be decided here, but, I do want to say thank you guys for stopping by here to Casa Fridays. I'm so blessed to be here with Team Chris and you guys. All 200 plus viewers of you. Thank you so much.
Yo, also, shout outs also Ronin Rumble. They're doing that Super Turbo qualifier. How do I register for that? Please let me know.
You can ask Jeff the Hero. He is the leader of the gang there, you could say. And shout outs to our Street Fighter.
Yeah. And shout outs to them. Yeah, my favorite people in the FGC. And also make sure you get on that match arena. Make sure, we supporting it out here in Casa because it's come a very long way to make this happen. And shout outs to my boy Bunch doing it, and I came up with him like, yo, Bunch, man, can I jump in on the top 8 sometime? And he just looks at me and just gives me that nod. I'm like, yeah, I know. I feel that trust. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, get on that, man. Shout outs to all the people and all the FGC. And we got some stack stuff coming your way as well. Oh, and also make sure you get us on that Patreon. Can we show off some of that merch, some of that Casa merch we got? I was just looking at it, that mouse pad, that shirt.
You know, I'm not the biggest fan of tank tops, but the Casa tank top is pretty sick.
Nah, I want to get that Casa hoodie, man.
Yeah, I'm a Floridian, so I only have cold like 2 weekends in a year. So I'm thinking about getting the tank top.
Yeah, but see, my room has its own air conditioning unit, so like I just, brr, and I get to wear a hoodie on stream and I look hard.
Oh, there you go. Look at all that cool stuff. That tank top, the coffee mug, the phone case.
That's right, and we protect your phones, man. Just like we protect you from cold weather and everything, and boredom here on your Friday night. Well, there we go. Losers semis, 3 out of 5 set. TS Sabin going up against Crouch Fierce, and Crouch Fierce is a corner Fierce right now. Let's see if Chariot Willie turn the tide.
See, so Arturo, he doesn't mind playing this full screen game because that's what Dawson does best.
Oh, definitely, especially when he can close the distance. And look at the pressure. He's just so good. Just making sure, keeping that propane tank filled. Got enough to block, just enough room. Gets him done. Saw that headbutt coming.
You know, Chris, just based on that round alone, I don't know if it's because he was too excited or what, but there's a lot. You could tell there was quite a bit of Dawson experience there because he was pressing on a lot of these plus frame setups there that Dawson has.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what Art wants to see. He's definitely going to take advantage of any inexperience that he has, that the opponent has. Because you can lab Dawson all you want, but it's getting the IRL experience that matters a lot here. This is one of those matchups that, yes, you need someone to train with Dawson. You can't just random it out unless you play a few other characters.
Yeah, of course, man. Like the Prophet Most Def said, it's a third eye vision, 5-side dimension. That's the experience that you get with their matchups. Oh, will he punish that Chariot? Yes, he will. Misses a reset, though. He could have got that jump strong reset. The Aegis, Crouch Fierce, keeping him busy. Tying it up 1-1.
Despite what I just said about that first round, very good defense by Crouch Fierce. So there is a little bit of experience there, being able to block the crouch, the new compact medium kick there. Not easy to block either. Oh, Dawson, the one of the two characters that cannot combo lights without meter. Please.
Yeah, but in that case, Arturo will just hang back and get that punish with the low Fierce.
Oh, stand jab, the
Yoga
great
Sniper,
equalizer.
Yeah, and he was able to recover after the Yoga Sniper to get that anti-air. Misses the setup there, Crouch Fierce. Looks like he was trying to get something else with that Aegis Reflector. That lets NYC Furby, he's just going to go and hang out there.
The raw V skill in his face that just float over him like George Jetson. And Arturo takes that first game.
Oh, indeed. I'm totally blank on Jetsons references right now. In fact, I almost threw in some Johnny Quest and Flintstone references. It's like, and then people come out and they're just like, "What? You think all Hanna-Barbera cartoons?" And I'm like, "Yeah, basically." Yeah.
Rest in peace, Hanna-Barbera. The Golden Age is actually what it was called back then.
Oh, he was cool. I'm a fan of like the silent Pink Panther cartoons. That's my When he talks, though, it's trash. If the Pink Panther talks, the cartoon's trash. Don't waste your time. But if he doesn't talk, it's a good time.
That's how I feel about politicians. But Arturo here doesn't have to talk except for saying Yoga Fire here. Oh, plus frames?
I'm liking that block string with the back strong into the Yoga Flame. That's nice. And that axe kick's even nicer. Able to convert off of that Aegis there. Gets him right back in the corner spot. Exhausted both of his V reversals. Couldn't get the finish there with the Yoga Flame. Missing the pixel. Oh, he tried to get that punish. I felt that punish. I know. Man, you hate when you miss that, You see the Dawson just floating up there. His button already been pressed. He's a sitting duck. Fishing a powdered keg barrel. Was going to dash up and get the Crouch Fierce. I mean, for God's sakes, it's in his namesake. It's his right. It's his birthright to dash up and low Fierce that stray sim. But Sabin was able to land properly. Bring it on home.
It's fire in his face and I'm working out here. And you know you guys might be saying like, why is Dhalsim just floating around? A lot of characters actually can't really answer that. Like when he's
there's very few answers for it. Chun-Li can crush counter the shit out of it with stand round.
Yeah, but
Like,
crush counters are not. Arturo takes this 2-0 lead so far, looking a little dim for Crouch Fears.
Win.
Anyway, so guys,
2-0 TS Sabin. He knows the matchup pretty well, very well versed, and his offense is just keeping on going and pushing and pushing.
yeah, so we're gonna go back to a character select here. I don't know what other character Crouch Fears plays. I only know him as a Urian player. Unless he's gonna take a break here, you know, I don't blame him because it's a matchup that if you don't know, it's definitely very stressful. I mean, it's a very annoying matchup.
So you like the character select to collect your thoughts and think some things?
Yeah, I mean, Urian players, they either have no brains or they have all the brains. So I'm not saying which one Crouch Fears is because he's playing pretty well tonight, but yeah, you know, taking a minute to recollect your thoughts, even offline, is a great idea.
And, you know, here's the thing. Here's my counterpoint. So they say psychologically that when gamers win and they immediately hit rematch, they're like somewhere where it's like they're more likely than not to win again. But then they show when people lose and then immediately hit rematch, they're more likely to keep on losing. That's been, those are some scientific surveys about that like people who hit rematch when salty after just losing, they'll keep losing. But they say that what resets the momentum for a loser is to actually take a longer break, like a half an hour break. So I'm just saying, in theory, I think the character select thing is overrated.
So are you saying that change the thumbs up good old bad days destroying the flow of the game?
Yeah. I mean, like, I mean, it's just like, if you ain't got it, you ain't got the stuff. I mean, there's nothing that staring around for character select for 30 seconds will do. If anything, it just makes it, like, me as the opponent, when I'm in tournament, and then my opponent goes to character select to think, oh, I am feeling myself. I feel like I am the hottest shit in the history of Heat. Like, I feel like I'm a Street Fighter god. I feel like, why is this not being on my stream? Why am I not monetizing it?
Yeah,
so real talk, I'm just saying the character select screen, it's overrated. Just go back in, man. Take a deep breath and just get back in the 90 seconds, man. I hate the character select screen. Like, oh, am I going to change characters or not? All that shows is a lack of confidence. To me, it's mental weakness.
And speaking of overrated,
No, was that a V-Skill 1 shimmy? Was that a V-Skill 1 shimmy? He went forward and back and then did the fierce? I see you, Arturo. I see you. And now he's on match point.
Speaking of overrated, you know, here we go. Arturo doesn't care about how strong Urian is in these tier lists. He's gonna keep playing his game here. This keep play game, you know.
No, you mentioned in tier lists because, you know, you want to get that search traffic.
Oh, jeez.
You know, because once you say tier list, you know, some people, they rear their ugly head. Tier list? What? What does this birdie player say?
It's pretty open knowledge right now that Urian is actually one of the best characters in the game. But
no, I agree. He's top 5 AF, especially in this season. That V-Skill 2 made him nice. And here, Crouch Fierce pouring it on with the momentum. Almost, if he had that stun. Oh, and he won. Oh, man.
The big Dhalsim
Yo,
combo.
I respect that, though. I respect him doubling down to get the stun with that EX headbutt. I respect it.
Oh, geez, great option to slide under the fireball. You know, Urian's fireball, it's not the best. Has a lot of recovery frames.
Yeah, but Crouch Fierce is now running away. You're seeing this. He's running away because he doesn't have the resources. He's trying to get himself in a situation where the meter can come back and he can do something wild. Still wants to hang on to that life lead. Oh, the placement. What a trade. What a trade, Jops.
And that was just enough there. So Crouch Fierce, you know, he heard your rhetoric, Chris, about being overrated, taking time, and he said, okay, what if I win this game? What do you think now?
Wait. Let me clarify this because they're gonna clip. They're clipping this on Twitter, and then I'm gonna get tagged, and then people watching my retro stream are gonna troll me, and I don't want that because my Sega Genesis stream is a sacred space. But okay, I didn't say anyone's overrated. I said going to character select just to recollect your thoughts is overrated.
Yeah, but Crouch Fears, taking that otherwise, taking this game, he's trying to start the train here. He got the caboose, he got the middle, and now we just need the conductor.
I'm just saying, whatever it takes for him to get his confidence back, shoot your shot, King, do your thing. Oh, I'm loving the V-Skill 2 going over the...
Serious?
Yeah, V-Skill 2 Fireball going over it right there. He is anti-airing from full screen away. My man, the Duck Hunt Dog will not laugh at that.
Oh man, that was such a sick confirmed by Crouch Fears, but Arturo's
the Yoga Sniper.
Chapel taken.
Oh, the Yoga Sniper. It's good for a few casualties. Match point for Saban. I'm just saying, man, Crouch Fears, he didn't need to go back to character select screen. He's a grown man. He'll find his way. He's bounced back before in other ways.
Great interruption there by Arturo, interrupting the starter frames of the overhead, excuse me.
Yeah, you better tighten up those block strings, Arturo. That's what he's saying. Now you're going to get that white damage with the throw. Hope you're not pressing buttons. You're not.
I'm still at a loss of words at that sick confirmed Crouch Fierce had last round. Jeez.
Yeah, and Saban has a full meter. Will he anti-air? Teleports forward. Catches him on the neutral jump. Got the Yoga Flame. Oh, the Aegis in sight, but he just goes, nope. I'm going to get on over to another time zone, so just chill till the next episode. And then got him!
The float Fierce is going to take it for Arturo. Very good gameplay. So yeah, guys, so what you saw there was a great setup. I'm going to explain that in a little bit, but Arturo Sanchez moving on to losers finals here yet again against Brian F.
Crouch Fierce played very great throughout this entire tournament. He should be very proud of this performance, I really do believe that. But Saban just absolutely put in excellent work there to advance.
Agreed. So anyways, guys, so it's an interesting stuff. So Dawson has full meter, and we're at full screen. The characters are at full screen's length. They can do, and I've done this in tournament before. They'll do heavy fireball. If the opponent jumps, he can actually instant teleport right under your opponent and do instant critical art. It's one of those things like, this fireball's gonna hit me. I'm gonna jump out of it. Nope, you're gonna get hit by this critical art. So yeah, very good setup. And it's you see it every once in a while, but Arturo bring it back here, picking out any move.
Back in the queue. I got you.
Here we go. So, they played, I think, at Casa last week or the week before, and it was pretty much a slaughter for Brian F. There's a time they played, and it was a slaughter. Brian F over Art, Dawson versus Dawson, and Falk versus Boxer. So we'll see what answers Arturo has. It's going to be a tough one just because of the matchup history. But,
Brian F's never an easy out, man.
No. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Thanks, Thanks, KO. I think it was the first time. Yeah. Oh, it was the first time they both entered Casa. It was grand finals. That was a while back. Jeez, there's been so many of these. This time flies when you have fun, guys.
Too much fun. It's too much fun out here, and it's losers final. I love it. This is where it just gets to be the saltiest. Flux Wave is waiting over in grand finals with that Miko, with that poison. What it is.
Anyways, guys, here we are in losers finals, and I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. It is 11:17 here on the East Coast. Thank you guys so much. So glad to have you as a part of the action here.
Definitely love those numbers. And shout out, special thanks to Bunch for the tail of the tape there, helping us understand the matchup. Oh, there goes that reset into that Yoga Sniper off the skill one. Good awareness from Brian F, but just walks into the anvil, not the Yoga Sniper, but the stand roundhouse, stopping his momentum with that anvil. Let's see that respect. Going in with the V skill just to get the position. Not taking any risks, doing it afterwards. Just getting in position.
jeez. You gotta love that older buff that Dawson have with EX Flame in the air. He gets to fly a little bit longer.
Yeah, for
Scale.
sure. It's like watching those Kaizo streams of hacked Super Mario World and just seeing what these people could do with their cape. And the way they can get through platforms on their caping. You know, that's just the same way that NYC Furby rocks out with that D-Skill 1. And like we see time after time with that confirmed, got his own special spicy sauce to serve up some smoked boxer to take the first one.
Yeah, and you know, Art showing here that he doesn't need a cape to win with Dawson.
Well, you don't need a cape to win with Mario either.
That's true.
Well, unless you're playing like those Kaizo streams. They're weird.
Anyways, guys, who need... No, I don't. You know, I gotta say though, it's a cape when you can actually fly, right?
Oh yeah, indeed. And oh, that was close. Brian F had a good reaction there against the D-Skills, the low fierce, but able to escape that with the D-Trigger activation. There goes that anti-air, and there's the trade. Oh man, but still, Brian F has let Saban know, nice stuff, but you have still flown way too close to the sun. He's gonna get punched down.
Sun's overrated. It's a hoax.
Who's overrated?
I was just kidding, the Sun.
Oh, yeah, I mean, technically it's overrated, because there's a lot of suns bigger than it. I mean, on the tier list of suns, the sun is actually pretty low tier on its own tier list. I mean, that's a fact.
Someone should do a star tier list. That could be hilarious.
I mean, have you seen how it stacks up against Beetlejuice? Have you seen it?
Man. I think it's actually Beetlejuice.
It definitely hits harder than an EX straight, I'll tell you that. Oh, and there's that EX straight again. But exactly, we're not punching out the sun. We're just punching out Arturo. Brian F goes up 1-0, but seriously, on the star tier list, the sun is not up there. It's pretty whack. Thank you for this astrology lesson here, man, you know.
Round one. Fight.
That's what I do.
You know, I just forgot that actually Beetlejuice is the monster in Monster Hunter that actually throws the bombs at everybody. So I got the giant monster mixed up with the star. Sorry, guys.
There goes that nice anti-air there. Let's see if Satan keeps him in the corner. Oh, he almost tricked him with that jump in, though. I like that read there by Brian. You know, you got those limbs extended. You know, you don't feel discouraged when you see that happen. It's just not your time, King, but it'll come.
He's the smash working out now, not the first time, but the second time.
Yeah, I know. And Brian F is anti-airing with P like he's a showdown. Oh, missed it that time.
Ooh, I wonder if Brian could have had a better punch than that, because, you know, he explained
I think this will kill. I think it's going to kill. It's going to kill. Told you.
Good stuff by Brian F. But, guys, just as a reminder, when you find Dawson, and if you block EX Flame, it's actually -8 now. I'm going to keep in mind, 7 or 8. One of those.
Hey, if they're on Brian's stream, be sure to tell them.
Trash cans and all, but looking stronger, you know, putting Dawson in the corner. This is where you want him. This is where the slaughterhouse starts.
Indeed. Just imposing him like Beetlejuice over the sun. You don't ever want to see Beetlejuice. If we ever see Beetlejuice, it's the end of the world. And what? What happened there?
So, if you guys remember, early on in the stream, Brian had that hard read of just guessing through an opponent pressing buttons with the EX upper, and it worked right there perfectly. Brian looking like a genius there at that time, instead of the opposite.
Man, that's looking like a decisive 2-0. But one of the things I've known from seeing the Capcom Pro Tour is 2-0 with players of this level of talent, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, it don't mean nothing, but, you know, it's going to be quite a hill to climb, a slow hill for Dawson. You know, Dawson's not a character that really rushes you down and wrecks you, so Mark has his work cut out for him here.
Like, I watched Punk win first attack, and that was pretty impressive. That was a really stacked tournament. But, like, in the top 8 against Luffy, he was, like, down, like, 2 fights, 2 rounds. No, 2 fights in a round. Could have got 3-0'd, but he worked his way back and he won the whole tournament. And he won that set with Luffy, too. I mean, But I was like, damn, wasn't he just like about to get embarrassed? He was like, 2/5. Now, Brian F's got that V-trigger on deck, but it caught Saban on the back dash, so it doesn't get a combo afterward. Saban's still in this. Now he's got an activation of his own. Oh, wow, with the connection, the Yoga Sniper, man, my man, he's getting robbed. How many pixels does it take to get to the center of a Brian F pop?
Apparently many. But you know, you can't block forever against Dawson. He has so many good options to mix it with throw, low, or high.
Yeah, I'm just a fan of all of Saban's reactions here. Even the ones that don't convert. I mean, he's got the right idea.
And you know, so a lot of people, you know, they like to call him Quaker Arts, you know, old man art, or you know, Hazel Juice art. You know how old he is, but looking pretty tough here.
Yeah, and it's match point. Right now, Brian F just cracked he just went into like the closet of the Casa and just cracked the broom over his knee. He's got like 2 exposed edges now. And he's like, huh? You want to stick some of these limbs out? Medicine.
Oh, jeez. +1, you know, Arturo holding back. Well, I like that slide. You know, one of Boxer's weaknesses is, you know, getting checked low, and so we, you know, if you have the spacing, you know, the same slide is a great route to take.
Yeah, what a reaction! Because Brian F is reacting in the moves that Saban's doing, but Saban is able to correct himself and collect himself, and then check himself before anybody wrecks themselves.
Man, and I love how Art actually did not cancel on the slide and hit. He actually saved it for the V-trigger activation on block.
Man, he did a teleport forward, then backward, and then forward.
It's a lot of movement. Have to have movement down to play Dalsum.
And to do that on a joystick, pretty impressive. And he puts one on the board and avoiding the sweep.
Yeah, putting one on the board here, you know, you got to take these little victories. You know, some characters, you know, they say G is one of them that it could just take 2 or 3 jump-ins, Akuma, and that's it, right? But with Dalsum, you kind of have to like have those 10 little victories per round. You know, Art right there taking each little victories and turning them into a big one. They're taking a game there, so he's not out of it just yet.
Yeah, I mean, you see this sometimes with baseball. You know, some people are just really good at getting someone on base to lead off, and then they're able to manufacture runs by just doing smart base running, bunting, advancing, and that's really the way that Dalsum has that. He's just manufacturing it, you know? Whether it takes him 20, 30 hits, it's all good, because he's just in control of the neutral.
Definitely, for sure. Oh, jeez, facing the other way.
Yeah, misspaced uppercut, hella punished.
Okay, EX slow getting through. Brian, you know, he still gets the start V-trigger. How's he going to get started?
Yeah, great air-to-air. Takes him out of the corner.
You know, not so thirsty for activation here. You know, oh, but he never got to activate.
Wow.
Art takes it.
Yeah, great heads-up play there.
Oh, okay. This is where it's going to be a little bit dangerous because, you know, those 2 bars for Balrog actually does a ton of damage against Dalsum.
Oh, yeah, he can definitely put in work, and we've seen how Brian F is able to turn the tide with the EX straight.
Oh, there we go. Look at all that corner care with just 1 bar. Medium punch, medium punch, medium punch.
He was trying to make it happen, stand underneath it. This is funny. It's similar to like when Ibuki goes hang gliding. You're just like right underneath. But can he catch him there? That juggle paying that big damage, getting dividends off those anti-airs.
And Brian making all the maximum damage opportunities here of all these juggles.
Oh no, caught him. Couldn't get anything, just that jab reset there. Trying to get into the match point. And
yeah,
with the next round could tie it up.
Unfortunately for Boxer, he's not really a character that gets the juggles to, like, you know, off a Dalsum mistake like Urian can. Unless he probably gets like medium upper or something and he catches him into EX dash, but that's very hard to do. There's a lot of
moments here. Can Brian F close it out with some good corner pressure? Trying to walk forward and block. He's got a full meter though, that meter disparity. Definitely got to watch out for it. He's going to get that white damage back. Oh no, he won't. Okay.
Medium punch in the air. flow tech. Oh, it's looking good for Art.
You know, it's real good now. Now he's even up that life lead up until he got that, into the B-skill low. Both times, that can be interrupted, but when you respect the Balrog too much, he's going to spin and go low again. Oh, man. Arturo was on that overhead watch and pays the price as Brian F. triples down on the same mix-up, going low after the V-skill to close it out with the 3-1. Brian F. is like, I want my Flux back. I want to run that back, and I want to take this home and win another Casa. Who will take it here?
This is going to be a good one.
Grand finals.
This is going to be a good one, but, great showing by Art. He fought very well there. And, I was just giving him credit. I was like, man, he's doing well. He's making these little victories. It was just two buffers into EX Dash Punch was enough to get the rally going here by Brian, and he moves on to to grand finals here against Flux.
Grand finals. Yeah, going to get that run back. He got poisoned there. So we're going to see who's going to win this one. But when you go to the Matcherino and go on and contribute, we're all winners, man. You contribute to a winning scene, winning night, a winning tournament, a winning event, and you get to kick back and enjoy a winning grand final. What a great thing.
Definitely. And I'm so glad to have each and every one of you guys here as part of the adventure, all 250 of you-ish. Thank you guys so much. I'm so blessed to be, on the mic here. Just for you guys, even just for you guys to be there. This makes me so happy. I'm so glad. And I'm even gladder because it's going to be a good one here. My OG pal, Brian, against Flux Waves. Okay, more Poison versus Balrog. Just when you guys thought you were tired of it, we got more. Anyways, Chris, what are your predictions on this set here?
I think Brian F. is going to be able to reset it here from the loser side, but then from there, it could be anyone. I mean, but Brian F. had a lot of momentum in the last match. It's just Flux had a good start with that perfect kick it off, and was able to just be more consistent and close it out, but we'll see where it's going to go from here. Brian F. off to a good start there. Flux is in the corner, not getting any offense yet, but still got those Molotovs on deck, and that's where the damage.
Oh, great time. Anytime you have the V reversal, it's always a good, what a reaction. It's always a good choice to, almost always a good choice to reversal the EX heart rate there. You avoid the plus frames, you reset the pressure.
Indeed.
Especially if you have a knockdown V reversal. Sorry, John. It's a good thing to have.
No worries at all. Her V reversal is trash. But in the meantime there, you have to notice one thing from the previous fight between these two, is that Brian F. was able to dash straight pretty free. So we'll see how that affects the matchup here. If he can just keep going and keep that pressure on.
Burn your heart. Heartburn is real, guys. Travis said, please.
Oh, hit a button. Looks like he was reaching for some of that antacid medication. Not in the right place. Ball don't lie. Flux Waves evens it up 1-1.
Final round.
And tied at about a meter apiece, too. Oh, jeez, X heart rate. Only time the move is bad is when it's fully whipped.
Wow, one of those lucky moments when you get an interruption on an EX dash straight. You get the button there. That's very hard to react to. It's a guess, and it definitely pays off in Flux's favor, and that pays some dividends. Flux sitting on a big life lead.
Jeez, the meaty roundhouse. The plus frames.
Oh, that's the breakfast of champion shots.
Oh, jeez, look at that big crush counter. Look at that damage. Oh, unfortunately for Brian,
but the back throw steals it.
I think
Flux Waves.
I think Brian was predicting the quick rise, and back roll came out, and just whiffed that crouching medium punch, and Flux saw that and just back threw him for the win there.
Oh, indeed, good stuff from Flux. Just has to win 2 more fights.
Round 1.
Just has to win 2 more fights. But I mean, this is Brian F here. This is not gonna be an easy 2 fights.
No, definitely not. And if you do, you definitely have the right to put your feet up on the couch. Definitely with that 7th day, he rested type energy. Flux is feeling it the way he's been putting work in this stack bracket. But don't count out Brian F. We know one of America's. Boom, yeah, missing with that whip there. Whiff of the whip, but you know, you don't really see that coming. So. But here comes that damage again. Oh, what a juggle that. Yeah.
All that damage started because Brian tried to react to a V-skill poison there. And reacting, it was just a frame too slow. Here we go. Who cares if you're frame too slow? This could be good damage. Gonna kill. Season 4 Balrog, please.
Oh, the instant overhead does nothing.
Oh, in the check. We were talking about we were talking about chess, but what a great check there by Brian.
Yeah, just when Flux Wave started and opened up the tab, Brian F was like, "No, this is a dry bar, so can't put that away. Gonna have to wait till another round."
This is like 1912 Prohibition, please.
Ooh. You're gonna have to go there. Yeah, and that V skill into the lows, an interruptible sequence, but you know when you respect Balrog and he's hitting you with everything, you just can't see you coming. You're looking for so many other things. Oh, and let's see, got the connection there. Goes into the V skill. Flux blocks low this time. Watch out, and there's that overhead. That'll seal the deal 1-1.
Yeah, and you know, Flux has been blocked. You know, in the winner's final set, he blocked probably 4 out of 5 overheads. Did a great job there, but unfortunately did not block that one. And I have to apologize here. I got my dates wrong. Prohibition was 1920 to 1933. Sorry, the historians out there were cringing, but I had to correct myself.
Man, that's a lot of not drinking.
That's a lot of illegal drinking, you bad guys. How dare you?
Round 1.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the late Gatsby. We appreciate you, though, of course. We always strive to bring you the best in historical accuracy. That's the way Jox and I hold each other accountable.
Fun facts, fake facts, and all.
Oh, we're talking big Beetlejuice facts. And that's Betelgeuse for the record. Because you guys can't even spell suspicious now. Y'all just saying sus. I see you.
Exactly.
Yeah, Among Us, contributing to the depth of the English language. That's the real imposter. Okay, Flux Waves with the activation there. Try to dash it. Brian F says, nah, I'm going to give you with that low dash. And that anti-air again, I love it. Xbox should do that.
Ooh, to wake up 3-frame, you know, the great check there. This is going to be tough. She's got one more cocktail. That's it.
Oh, able to get that sequence. That's going to be big damage, but yeah, nothing to tank there, but converts off the lights like a pro. Brian F is a grown man here in the finals. Can he go up 2-1 and inch closer to the reset the community deserves? Or is Flux getting paid?
I'll say this every single time. It's always worth it to use Bar to take the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
I co-signed that statement. Yeah, I'm about that.
Oh, great low check there. Brian using 4 meter. Comes the corner.
No regrets when you get them rounds. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
No regrets. Okay, well, taking the throws. Tries to go for it again. That's a wise jump back from Brian F. Oh, there we go. Taking the town. And then gets the throw off that reset. Oh, yeah.
EX dash straight. It's so hard to react. It's just so quick.
I love it. Taking the initiative before Flux Waves gets the fill of the meter. Brian F going up 2-1, 1 fight from the reset.
And just one fight away. But I mean, Flux still has. I always say this because it's always still a factor. He always has that character change. You know, he plays a ton of characters, but I think. You know, I saw Spaceboy say it in the chat earlier. He's going to toughen up this poison, and this is one of the great ways to do it, to use it in the field. Actual data getting used here. Because even though if it's an online tournament, it's still a tournament at the end of the day. There's money involved.
Oh,
you know, first place and second place, there's a huge difference.
Yeah, and you know, you got to want it. You got to be hungry.
You got to be hungry, and you know, reminder, Brian is not vegan anymore. He's super hungry. He wants all that meat.
Oh, but good on him trying the vegan route, you know, trying to be healthier. I see that, you know, he stays in shape. He's a fit boy. And how did he get that throw on the EX scissor kick? What the hell was that? And then his signature step back low strong, giving him the business. Reset point.
I'll tell you how. because he's a fit boy, just like I said. It's because he's a fit boy.
Oh, and I'm loving it courageously, using those... Yeah, not afraid to use those dash traits.
He's getting all the momentum here. I mean, even though, yes, he doesn't have the life deficit here, it's still looking good. He has that momentum. What a crouching fierce. Oh, he's going to opt the V reversal every single time. Trying to go for the more honest comeback here. Yeah, he's going to need it. Here he goes, feet trigger, one Balrog. Oh, we saw the buffer there.
Yeah, with an overhead, he can get the reset. But he's just going to walk forward and get that stand roundhouse. Fishing for that crush counter.
Oh
no! But hit the wrong button there. Fluxwaves gets that EX heart rate.
Final round.
You know the thing with poison players in that situation, you can't really say, man, that was a great confirm, because they were just going to do it anyways, because then you're going to be dealing with EX heart rate on block. It's just a Rago thing to do, but it works. It's still so good for poison.
Yeah, it definitely does. Gotta find whatever it takes. Fluxwave reaching into that pouch for the bracket reset repellent spray.
Yeah, repellent spray is right. And, you know, that's exactly what the Universal Balrog does. Just repels poison into the corner.
And also, I would like to give a special shout out to Miami Heat for staying alive in the NBA Finals, because Heat culture, and we're the best basketball organization in the world. Thank you.
Oh, jeez. You know, Brian's trying to make us say here, you know, repping Miami.
Yeah, he still is, man. Oh, and he sacrifices the V-Trigger activation to get that V-reversal there. But let's see if that pays off. And to the dome! That's all he needs. Gets that reset and done. We're going back to another 3 out of 5. Jocks, we're working overtime.
We are working overtime indeed, and that was an accidental reset, because that's supposed to be a combo, right? You know, EX dash rate into V skill cancel target combo, right? He went for the reset there, and it worked. Brian F, it just resets the bracket, so, you know, you have to go to the character select this time, right? It's reset. Are we going to see more poison? I'm going to guess more poison, but yeah, I agree, Nail Bomb. Brian is playing OD right now. Please, guys, chat, let me hear your predictions. Do you think Brian is going to ride the momentum into a victory, or do you think that Fluxwave is going to change things up here and go home as the victor himself? Let me hear your predictions. I just think Brian's momentum is it's too strong right now.
Yeah, you never know,
but
we have seen, Jocks, time after time, Fluxwave bounce back and in full force.
You know, I think Fluxwave is like, he's one of these players that, like, he doesn't get to travel that much. He's, you know, known as a strong player, but, you know, in the high time for online tournaments, he's been a very, very common name to be seen here. Oh, I see a ruse prediction for Flux. All right. Not an all Brian chat here. There is fairness. There is balance. Thanks, Thanos.
Oh yeah, he definitely didn't snap that one in the right direction there, as you can see. Or maybe, depending on your view. Loving the uppercut game from Brian F, man. You never see that button coming out, but he's just part of the offense. I love it.
Oh, the screw upper? Yeah, if you're able to have that in your arsenal as a boxer player, it's so huge.
He's straight anti-airing with it, too. It's crazy.
It's not easy to do. I remember a Moondog, you would tell me, like, it's not easy to do. Rewards are pretty good. It's not easy to do, and, like, you get a good juggle, too. Ooh, look at that. She made a rhyme. Next thing we'll do it. This is going to be close to killing it. It's not going to kill, but it's going to be very close. And I have to say thanks, Brian, for not using bar, because that would have killed him. So thanks. My reputation stays alive thanks to Brian F's meter saving choices.
And hey, man, he got that perfect without doing any of them gimmicks, man. Just straight. That was just good, clean, raw spacing, fundamentals, getting it done, putting in that work. I love it. The Flux Wave's tick throw game is strong. Got him in the corner. And why do they make that Molotov cocktail 2 bars? How is that a 2-bar V-trigger, man? That's worse than when Ibuki's V-trigger was 2 bars. How does a 2-bar V-trigger take off like 60% of your health and still only have half the V-trigger?
I don't know. That's you gotta ask Poison.
I don't know what Capcom gods on that. We gotta just learn the match.
That's Colleen is right, KO.
Yeah, Colleen is definitely a robbery character as well.
Oh, robbery is gonna need to be handled by either character. They're gonna have to play fair. No V-trigger usage here. Actually, Flux might be able to get a V-trigger started. He needs to block a little bit more moves. Go.
Yeah, or get a V-skill involved. You never know.
There we go. Plus frames by a lot.
Yeah, but the throw whiffed. Brian F was able to check something, but the heart rate still comes out and takes care of it.
Poison wins.
Yeah, fortunate stuff they're working out for Flux Waves, but very, very strong. I mean, that's poison free. She can just do anything. She can go in. She can play a great spacing game, anti-air game, great jumping game. I mean, what doesn't she have? She even has good costume. She has everything, right?
Oh, yeah.
I digress. No, Flux Waves, you know, I see 50% in the chat. Good stuff here. Jeez, Amstray. Ooh, look at this defense by Brian. He is holding down back for all these frames.
And there he goes, that 2-bar V-trigger again. And still has another one in the tab and enough to tip the bartender. Make sure you tip the bartenders, please.
O'Brien is going to have to win, honestly, here, if this comeback is going to happen. Oh! What? Those half-screen buttons, please. Poison. Who's drunk?
Indeed, and Flux bouncing back off of this reset, just like I called it. I knew Brian would reset it, and then we're going to see some adaptations for Flux.
Yeah, you did call it.
Man, you know, even when I'm away from the FGC, hey, some things just never change. But they're both great players, man. And, you know, you should really just kick back and be entertained to see this level of play and the adaptation. Both of them going rent-free in each other's heads. You know, we're all about that.
What a treat here. Poison gets something started.
Oh, I really like that EX dash straight. Flux Wave able to block just in the nick of time.
This time to throw was Brian. And okay, here we go. So this is so dangerous. Okay, great V reversal by Brian. Gets the edge off here. And there you have it. We were just talking about that. The screw upper anti-air. That is optimization for Balrog players there. Take notes.
I mean, it's not a good anti-air, but Brian F is making it work.
I know that every time you see that happen on stream, KO the Poet, you know, smiles a little bit more and more. That's so sick to see.
Yeah, hey, I'm a fan of it, you know. And they buffed it like a few times, but I don't know how much they buffed it to the point that it's helping Brian making it more useful. I mean, we're just seeing mad skill to the boxer. The Flux Wave, look at that conversion. Not only does he get that damage, but get that side switch. Got a little bit of the gas in the tank there, too. Wow. Using that Molotov to break up Brian's attempt to punish him with the EX straight off of that low fierce. Wow, this is the meta.
This is the meta. Oh, geez, Poison's anti are so good. Oh, that's gonna definitely
especially
change.
with that. Especially when you cancel it into that V skill 2. Flux Waves here after the bracket reset in the true finals, up 2-0.
True Finals is right, man. I can't believe, you know, and you see this sometimes that in the first bracket, it just goes completely one way, and then when they reset the bracket, it goes completely another way. Great example here. You know, I do like the ideas of Brian of V reversing EX heart rate. Don't deal with that plus pressure in the face. Get you back off some space. Sure, you lose V reversal, but you force the opponent to lose that pressure too. And I think that's like the mark of a strong player too, is, you know, knowing that, you know, sure, V-triggers are great to have and all, but, you know, you're not relying on V-trigger. You're telling yourself that you're strong enough to make these comebacks with just playing solid fundamentals. That's what Brian's trying to achieve here. Jeez, the dash low, getting clipped. Flux is pressing all the right buttons.
Oh, there's a crush counter there. Can Brian F fight back? Needs momentum, needs all the mileage out of this V-trick and more. We're talking about every single version show, including the true version, the sub and dub and standalone complex. That's what we're about. I've always seen. Oh, what a comeback though!
I know, and there's no V-trigger activation by Brian too. He had it all the time.
I know. He can just kick back and just use it for the V reversal, which he will rightfully use, and then just walked up with that gut check. Ugh.
Man, great thinking by Brian there. You know, he did. You know what? He's not like a lot of people like myself. I'm so thirsty to activate V-trigger, get the rockets going, but Brian winning with being strong here.
Flux Wave takes this round, and that moves him closer to tournament point. Right where you go. This powder keg is about to explode.
Well, Brian has
and I got my Capcom vs. SNK 2 announcer voice. This is going to be a match to remember.
Definitely is, and Brian, you know, has been so consistent with the game plan of V-reversing those heart rates.
There's a great answer. He's been on point with those anti-airs.
There he goes. Even though that wasn't a hard rate, that was a great V-reversal. Puts a little bit of gray life. You know, it's not real damage, but it can be.
Oh, and what trade was that? I have no idea. Will the Molotov get enough for the kill, though? And white damage puts him within a pixel, but that's all Brian F needs to come back. Oh, no, not there, though. Spends the bar to get into the tournament point situation. Do you agree with that strategy, Jocks? Well, I mean,
I do. It's so close. Anything could have happened. Like, your life was so slow and so low, anything could have happened. So, yeah, I just agree with Flux going for the kill there.
I mean, put the chips forward in the right place. You're up 2-0, you know, so definitely you have room to make some mistakes. You have room to take some risks. Why not? Just put the pressure on, and now Fluxwave's got it in the tournament point here. Oh, Brian F responds with a low EX straight. I mean, EX dash low.
I do wonder if Brian was able to jump over that raw critical art. I think it's maybe 10 frame start. I'm not too sure, but regardless, here we are in the final round.
It could be, but he may have been coming out of Block Sun from something as well, and that also factors into it.
True, you're right.
Yeah, we need to get a closer look at the replay. You may be right. We don't know. We just need to lab it.
Oh, there we go. And oh, what a block! And
what
a great
block!
And that's only -4, but Brian seeing that and reacting with a great punish.
Indeed, pushing the set into 2-1. And the clock is ticking closer to the midnight hour here at Casa. Oh, man, we are putting in that extra work for you with this bracket reset, all of this heavy lifting, and this stacked ass bracket.
It definitely, but you know, guys, I gotta thank each and every one of you again for taking your time to tune into this wonderful Friday. This is a great match here, whether you're rooting for Brian or for Flux. Great match to be had by both. Okay, boys, man, one of the best anti-airs in the game. You know, people always ask me, what happened to Birdie's crouching medium punch? It's called they gave it to Poison. Okay, looking good for Brian. Oh, he didn't block that one. It's fast. You see the flash, your life flashes in front of your eyes, you don't know what to do. I don't blame Brian for getting hit by that. But here we go. Still has a chance. For activation, not so thirsty though. Ooh, that could have been Flux's opportunity. With Crashing Fierce in the face, that's it! No stop!
Oh, there we go. Flux is a pixel away from getting into tournament point. Oh man, whiffing on that whip a few times there, but nothing in the strike zone yet. Brian F looking for that right straight to just put in the right place. Still holding on to 2 of those V reversals though. So we'll see how that comes into play. And there we go.
Found it. He found the right straight.
Brian F is 1 round away from tying it up, folks.
So somebody asks, how do you know when it's the right time? You either know or you don't. In that case, Brian knew and it worked.
You know, it's like the spider move. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is. Oh, and like that dash up stand roundhouse. I knew you were going to tech against it well, but Flux answers back with a roundhouse of its own. What a jump.
I wonder if that was intentional or not, trying to go for a flip again? I'm not sure myself.
My man Brian F with the Beetlejuice-sized plays.
Jeez, and Beetlejuice-sized damage there for poison. Jeez, that's just another example of the big girl damage he can possess.
Oh yeah, coming straight out of the gravitational pull of the big red dot on Jupiter.
Oh, this could be either one game, but who's the struggle? Oh, that's gonna be it.
That's it. We are going into the final fight, folks. The tension, the hype is up at 30,000 feet. This is your last chance to get on that Matcherino to show some support for us. Throwing it down here in the truest of finals, the truest last set. 2 out of 3 of 99 seconds to decide which World Warrior will take it home in the weekly.
And you know, you think momentum is such an important thing. It's kind of like in sports momentum. It really matters, but Brian yet again pulling the momentum here, being down 0-2, and you know, takes a game and takes another game. We are here at the final game, so momentum is looking very good for Brian F and fans. So such back and forth action. Oh, great reactions there. Screw upper, optimal stuff. Ooh, look at this. 1 bar, great damage, and what's the setup? It's a tick throw, but Brian's seen that before. Oh man, I can't remember the last time Brian actually canceled into V-trigger. He's just been so sure about using the V-reversals. Oh, okay, what's the mix? Oh,
saw that reset. Great initiative to bust out that stand jab. Now, good awareness there. Seeing that Brian F does not have any V reversals here, and then blows up the tech with the scissor kick. Ooh,
man, Flux had the biggest balls in the world to press after that anti-air button activation by Brian. Man, that takes a lot of guts.
And we see that time after time. Flux does such a great job maneuvering his way through scrambles, and is just able to stay in control even when the game loses absolute semblance of control.
Here we go. Brian is just getting straight back into the action. No pun intended.
Yeah, but a few cracks in the whip has Flux Wave getting even closer to tournament point here. But look at that white damage, just washes it all away. Brian F feints with the V skill, goes low. And that neutral jump gets no dice.
Double dash, Mario Kart tactics still work?
Yeah, great response to that low fierce. Flux wants to connect on that V trigger. Okay, never mind. Goes to activate because I saw it not activating earlier. Now Flux gets 1 bottle connect. That's the tournament, and Flux is Casa.
Oh geez, and just like I think Chris's mic went out there for a second. Congratulations to Flux, holding it there. Getting, it didn't matter. He got reset. It all matters about the end of the story here. And the end of the story is we have your champion for tonight. Congratulations, Flux Waves with a Z. Take it here over Brian F.
Hell of a set, back and forth. Great adaptation between both players, but also good maneuvering. Like, we saw some moves that came out of the woodwork, not often like the flow chart move, so to speak. So we saw both players were thinking outside of the box here to give us something to see here at Casa, and it was an honor to commentate this grand finals and this tournament alongside with you, Jocks.
Man, I'm so that was a ton of fun. I was not expecting it, but I kind of wanted to root for Brian, but I just wanted a good match, and I'm glad that that's what we got here at Casa. But there's good matches here every week here. It's just been such a good time, and I just want to thank each and every one again for giving me the opportunity to be here, and what a great night.
Yeah, and especially with how great this tournament has grown. And yeah, it's not just with the support from the community, all of you showing love here in the Matcherino, and the other people out there to who go and continue to go out of their way to make the FGC happen. We're looking at you, Ronin Rumble, Reddit Street Fighter, Team Spooky, NLBC, and also Casa's been great. It's been a welcoming space here in this new time, and I'm glad here kicking it on commentary with you, bringing out the Beetlejuice-sized reeds out there. And I love that
Definitely.
proper spelling. I'm glad the chat spells it correctly, like it should, because it's a big-ass star. You got to come correct, or else it'll burn you.
Word.
Word.
That was solid stuff by Nah, that was gangster. Yo, good shit, Fluxways.
Yeah, man.
I'd be sad when Brian loses because that's my good friend.
Yeah, I
And he
know.
keep getting second and ninth and second, and I think that's about all he's gotten so far. And he won one. But shout outs to Fluxwaves. I think he's the winningest Casa participant ever.
In both games, right?
I think in both games. No.
You know,
I think MBK has more Grand Blue wins.
and it was a
like-
long
like total.
stretch before he got his first tournament wins, too.
But-
I mean, he was frequently getting second and third and fourth, you know,
Sure.
over and over, then finally getting over that hump in first place. And then next thing you know, I mean, he's living rent-free in grand finals.
Yeah, I know for sure Flux is the only participant to win both Grand Blue and Street Fighter. So big ups to Flux Waves, putting it down like always. Every week that he enters. Brian, you're no slouch either. Art came through. Moons, Crouch Fierce, whomever you are, thanks for coming through. Oh, yeah. I thought it was like deeper lore than that. Yeah, that okay. Yeah, I've heard that guy's name around. Who else? Yo, the streamers, Dom and KO
Bro.
holding it down.
Yeah,
Gang
great job,
shit.
KO, man. Appreciate you big time.
Fact. The commentary team, Florida boys right here.
Yeah.
Don't act like I didn't do this on purpose. Shout outs to Shadow Ace.
No Grammy.
And Nogaremi, thank you very much. And then Liston and Dormancy, who opened the show. Shout outs to the boys, Brad and Monkey Business, doing Arc Revo tomorrow. So good
Real
luck to
talk,
that.
man. Yeah.
Y'all earned that. Y'all
big
worked
ups to
really
them.
hard for that shit. So, kill that shit tomorrow. Put Casa on the map, please. Put New England on the map, please. And then the Wonder Twins, of course, holding it down like always. Go shout them out on the Casa Twitter. They love you like we love you. And I think I'm out of here because I had a pretty stressful day and I gotta go talk to Maturino about this fucking bracket.
I gotta pop off with my Heat fans, man. We're going nuts.
Sure. So I'm gonna leave you guys to do that. and
You know
I'm
how
gonna
we
go-
do in Miami? We riot.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though we're still down, but I mean, you know.
I'm just laughing at Bunch's reaction. And also, guys, shout out to the Tampa Bay Rays for beating the Yankees and moving on. I'm so
Oh,
excited.
hell yeah.
So they just won like about a set or two ago, so I'm excited. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. You could be anywhere else, but you're here. Thank you so much for listening to myself and Team Chris. That was a hell of a grand finals. Good stuff. Shout outs to Beetlejuice. Yeah, I'm excited. Like I
Happy to
love
be
hearing
here,
Monkey
man.
Business. Love hearing Monkey Business do his commentary. He's so smart, and that's what I love about Casa. It's like I was forced to meet people. Bunch is like, I need commentary. Okay, I did it. And I was like meeting everybody here. KO the poet. I've already known Bunch. Damn it, Dom. Monkey Business, Dormancy. It's just, I'm so glad, and I can't wait to meet you guys in real life once this COVID stuff's all over.
I mean, I've been a little sidetracked with doing my teaching job, so I haven't done commentary in like I think over a month. So now I'm happy to be back. So it was definitely great, and I appreciate all your chat. And I'm always happy to be welcome here. So much love and appreciation to Bunch and everybody putting this together, man. And always, man, just always an honor to be a part of this.
Yep.